This holiday, my son needs a new phone and a better plan. He is a data sponge.
Then you want a Verizon Unlimited plan. It's the most reliable network.
Anything else?
Just tell him he has to answer the phone when his mom calls.
An occasional I love you would be good, too.
Texas Tech head coach Cliff Kingsbury in his 6th season now in this same position a year ago. Win and go to a bowl. Win, possibly save your job. The talk has been hot throughout the state of Texas and, of course, in Lovett. In his defense, though, he's had a quarterback problem. The carousel has been injury-riddled, and so McLane Carter, Alan Bowman, and Jet Duffy have all seen time this season. In 4 Big 12 losses, they've had different quarterbacks in all of those situations. We think we'll see McLane Carter come out with that initial huddle here today. He started week 1, was battling a high ankle sprain most throughout the season, but it appears he is buckling up and getting ready for a start today against the Baylor Bears. The Red Raiders have won the opening toss, and so it will be Texas Tech on offense first. Good sign for Texas Tech, who needs to get started early here after a really slow offensive performance last week in their loss. They've dropped 4 in a row coming into this game. And after starting the season so well, the injuries came, and like a tidal wave, their season came crashing to a halt, namely last week. So, still a chance, though, to be bowl eligible. And we're all set to go, and we're underway in Arlington.
Coming out.
Bowman with a nice return. And so with that, the veil is lifted, and we'll get to see who will be at quarterback here for the Red Raiders. And kind of somewhat as expected, McLane Carter will be the one that's able to stand tall enough here out of this trio as he's set to break the huddle here for Texas Tech. McLane Carter, 2 starts, the last of which was at TCU, AJ.
Yeah, Sean, Cliff Kingsbury told us he won the quarterback battle in camp to be the starter at the beginning of the season. He's been banged up, but Cliff likes that he takes care of the ball. He's an efficient passer and look for a lot of screens early in this game.
Ward at running back. And he'll take the initial handoff and push forward for a couple.
Defensive coordinator for Baylor, Coach Snow, said they just got to weather the storm here for these first 20 plays. I'll be excited to see what Cliff pulls out with McLane Carter here.
We'll see wide receiver sets all day in this play here. Wesley on the screen, and he'll be close to the first down marker, maybe a yard short. Derek Thomas on the stop. The former Temple Owl came over with this coaching staff to Baylor. He makes the stop here, a graduate transfer. Wesley's the guy, though. We're talking about all the numbers. Tweezy, I love it.
Tweezy, Sean.
Ward remains in a running back. Need a yard here. They'll go to Ward. He stood up at the line of scrimmage. Good spot, though. It looks like he'll have the first down. Johnston and Vaughn's on the stop for the Bears. Move the chains. First down, Texas Tech. Matt Rule in his 2nd season now at Baylor. All he's done now is turn around 2 programs in a season's time. On first down, Carter to throw. He's got Vasher on the far side. Out of bounds there. They'll go for the home run ball every once in a while, guys, but we'll see this screen pass over and over and over again today. Injury timeout. Both teams have had their share of injuries this season, and I want to say this is Greg Roberts. Just graduated with his undergrad in May. Able to get off on his own power. That's good news.
Greg Roberts, you see him right in the middle, getting double teamed, tries to split the double, thrown to the ground here. It looks like he was holding his knee, but good sign that he walked off under his own power. Couldn't really point to one thing that he may have been kicked right in the shin, actually, when you look at that, how he was holding it.
That's why soccer players wear shin guards, AJ. That'll sneak up and get you. It's like a funny bone.
And NBA players wear them as well, Pat.
I've heard that.
Second down. Off the play action to Wesley. First down, Texas Tech. Their second such of the drive. You mentioned it, Pat. They call him Tweezy. Coach Kingsbury told us that he doesn't think that most people on this roster know his real first name.
Yeah, I don't think anybody has a clue what his first name is. They just know that he's a baller. He's also the best dancer on the team, which cannot go understated.
Gain of 6 on the play. Ward, the running back. Carter, the lefty, swarm. Somehow trying to escape. Dropped the football, but is dropped for a sack, and there's a loss on the play. Ira Lewis, the senior from Houston and Lamar High School, drops Carter for a loss of 6.
You see McLane limping a little bit after that play. They're trying to keep him as safe as possible in there. Can't take many big hits. Big sack early here for the Baylor Bears defense. Momentum can ride off of that, can't they, AJ?
Absolutely. And you're McLane Carter, you're dealing with a high ankle sprain throughout this season. That can't feel good right there, trying to scramble. You can see him almost grimacing right now in the pistol formation.
2nd and 16, handoff. Ward running to his right. Get a couple more, but he's not yet back to the initial line of scrimmage. Gain of 4 on the play. Miller and Johnston on the stop for the Baylor Bears.
McLane Carter is limping hard here, Sean. You look at him, he tried to just carry out the fake after he handed that ball.
Cole Garrett is waiting in the wings.
He's excited. We watched Cole Garrett warm up this morning about 7:30 a.m. That kid's ready to go if he gets his chance.
Carter battled a high ankle sprain earlier this year. It's really hampered him most all fall. And now a big 3rd down for the Red Raiders on their opening drive of the day. Carter to throw. Biggest opportunity's got high, and he is gone. Touchdown, Texas Tech, 54 yards. Shady and high from McLane Carter. Giddy up. The points are already on the board here on the opening drive of the day between the Red Raiders and the Baylor Bears.
McLane Carter a little wounded up, but puts the ball right on the money, right in stride, high with a nice touchdown to start this game off for the Raiders. Red Raiders,
That's
sorry.
devastating for Baylor. If you're a Baylor fan, you had him in 3rd and 12 early in the game.
Could have got a punt.
Yeah. This offense is not built to convert big 3rd downs like that.
Hatfield's extra point is good, following High's 4th touchdown of the season. 12:04 left in the first. They won big here on 3rd down, and J.D. and High able to hit the gas. Red Raiders open the scoring up. All smiles at 7-0.
Dave & Buster's introduces unlimited video game play and unlimited wings for just $19.99 every Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. All-you-can-eat wings and endless video games for $19.99 only at Dave & Buster's.
Welcome back to Arlington. On the player play prior to this scoring dart, McLane Carter was injured. See him throw off of 1 foot here, a strike to High for the touchdown, but concern for the Red Raider quarterback following the play. McLane Carter hobbling and in obvious pain to the near sideline belonging to Texas Tech. And they don't have much behind him. It'll be interesting to see if McLane Carter is able to continue when the Red Raiders take the field offensively for the 2nd time today. Meanwhile, Baylor all set for their first touch. Fleeks and Lovett deep to receive as Hatfield hammers this one into the end zone. Fleeks will let it go over his head. And so with that, now down 7-0. Baylor's high-flying offense gets set to take the field under a sophomore with plenty of swag. Charlie Brewer back at the helm here for the Baylor Bears. He had a big game against these guys last year, albeit that in a losing effort.
I absolutely love Charlie Brewer. We got to talk to him last night. I asked him what his favorite play was. He said the deep ball, cuz he likes to make plays. He's from Lake Travis in Austin, Texas, the home of Baker Mayfield. He's an undersized guy, and he's got a lot of swag. I can't wait to watch him.
Brewer to throw on 1st down, and he overshoots Jalen Hurd, his biggest weapon. Bring up 2nd down. Keep an eye on Jalen Hurd today. He's all but carried this team over the last 3 offensively. 107.3 all-purpose yards per game in his last 3. 4 receiving touchdowns on the season. 3 rushing touchdowns. We'll see him line up at tailback at times, too. And sure enough, he is lining up in the backfield on 2nd down. Off-play action, quarterback draw here. Brewer, who loves to use his legs, pulls two defenders across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Deshaun Johnson, one of their captains defensively on the initial tackle for Texas Tech. Gain of 6 on the play.
Charlie Brewer said he'll do whatever to make a play. If it's got to be by his feet, he'll run. If it's got to be the deep ball, he'll throw it. He's just excited to make plays for the Baylor Bears.
Pretty accurate passer at 60.4% coming into today's game. He's joined in the backfield by John Lovett. Lovett wears number 7. We'll tell you more about single-digit wearing Bears as we progress through the day.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it, Sean.
Brewer to throw. Does so. He's got hurt this time. That's a first down for the Baylor Bears. Out toward the 38-yard line. Gain of 8 on the throw by Charlie Brewer. Justice Parker makes the stop for Texas Tech.
Jalen Hurd, he's a natural running back. It's pretty amazing the transition he has made to receiver. He was running back at Tennessee, transferred here, sat out last season, and really they find every way possible to get this guy the ball. He's a supreme talent, but his route running for just playing running back last year is pretty amazing. The fact that he's able to pick it up and be so precise with this route. So I think Charlie Brewer feels really good throwing the ball to Hurd.
He just slipped off. Sorry, Pat.
He's much more athletic than us, AJ. Sean, you're probably up there in the same realm as well.
Same thing. I'm thinking the same thing. Here's Mims, one of the guys Pat talked about at the start of our broadcast today. Gain of 8 on that one.
1,000 yards last year has kind of been overshadowed by Jalen Hurd, but he's an absolute monster for them. Coach Rule was adamant about getting these two involved early so they can make some plays.
Let's see what happens with Hurd as he limped off the field earlier, right, Sean?
Yes.
That would be a huge loss to this Baylor offense.
Meanwhile, speaking of injuries, McLane Carter, the quarterback for the Red Raiders, has been taken back to the Texas Tech locker room as the handoff is going to be just shy of the first down. Howard on the stop for the Red Raiders. They'll need a yard here coming up on 3rd down. So if Carter can't return, it could be Cole.
Looks like Colt Garrett has his helmet on and ready to go on the Tech sidelines.
Flag on the play. Initial carry good enough for a first down. Our referee today at AT&T Stadium, Brad Van Vark.
Great name.
Illegal substitution, defense, 12 players still on the field, 5-yard penalty, first down.
So Baylor's drive continues, trailing 7-0. This is about where Texas Tech had a big decision to make on their opening drive on a 3rd and long. They went big ball to Jadian High for the initial score of the game. Now with a new first down, we'll see what Matt Rule and the Baylor Bears decide to pull out. John Lovett in the backfield. Off play action. Brewer, the throw. Got his man just shy of the 30-yard line. Hanging on is Chris Platt. No, it's on the turf. Incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Looked to be a good ball from Charlie there. Just great defensive play by the Texas Tech D-back. I think it came out too early. I'm not sure he made an athletic play there on it, but that was just an incredible breakup by the D-back there, number 4.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he established that he had possession of that ball before it was chopped out.
Looking for a football move there, guys. We got all the buzzwords for you. Rolling to his right, Brewer throws.
Sean,
Platt again, this time complete.
Sorry to step on you, Sean, but what exactly is a football move?
Nobody knows, AJ.
You tell me. A shimmy, a shoulder shake, like 2 feet, 1.5 feet?
I think a punt is definitely an athletic move, a football move.
Depends who you ask, I guess, but yeah.
Something to think about.
What does a linebacker have to do to make a football move?
There's no football moves. Just ram your head into people.
Made a lot of money doing that, AJ.
He's got this maroon
Great
suit.
job.
Got this maroon suit from playing that.
Didn't get the bolo tie and the belt buckle, though.
Third and 4.
When in Texas, AJ.
Brewer decides to use his feet again. Oh, good move to bounce out the outside, and he's got a first down for the Bears. Jordan Brooks on the stop for the Red Raiders.
Said he looks up to Russell Wilson, the undersized guys who got to make plays. Looked a lot like it there when he decided to tuck it and make a play on 3rd down.
Now a good sustained drive on both sides. And can Baylor even this thing up?
That's the thing. A lot of times 3rd and short, the defense is going to match up. They're going to play a lot of man-to-man coverage. Their backs are turned, so an athletic quarterback like Brewer will pull that down and find a way to convert.
Trips on the left. He'll throw to the left. Is caught, but for a loss. Loss of 2 on the play. Josh Fleeks on the reception. Douglas Coleman, a good pursuit as the nickel back for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Coleman from Zachary, Louisiana.
It's a great break on the ball there. Avoiding the block, making the play. Blows the whole thing up there.
And playing outside in, too, Pat. That's the thing. He's the most outside piece. So if you do miss that tackle, make him go back into the 10 buddies you have running inside out. That's how you stop explosive gains if you do miss a tackle. It's not the end of the world.
It's all about
the play here.
It's all about your buddies.
2nd and 12. This is the 10th play of the drive for the Bears. And Brewer to throw. And does so near the sticks, but not quite enough for Thornton on the reception. Tyquan Thornton, the freshman from Miami, Florida. That's his 16th catch of the year.
And these guys are the future of this offense. Josh Fleeks and Tyquan Thornton, both of these guys on the outside, they've been getting more and more playing time as the season goes. Young freshmen that Matt Rule has brought to campus, and the ceiling is very high.
Pushing for a first down. The Bears 43% on their 3rd down conversions this season.
These types of things are huge for a young team. Baylor getting bowl eligible after a victory today is huge for this young team. They're building a culture. They're building the environment, Sean. It's a big deal. Today's a huge deal for the future of the Baylor Bears.
Well, they didn't get a very good spot here. 4th and inches may have a measurement. And Pat, to your point, this is a team that won 1 time last year.
It's insane. It's insane the work that Coach Rule and his staff put in the offseason. Talking to Charlie Brewer last night, they said finish. The whole thing was just about finishing the whole offseason, and they've come back and really turned things around. A bowl would be huge for both teams here, but the young Baylor as well. First down, obviously, for the Baylor Bears there.
And another cliche, just by the nose of the football.
Oh, I see what you did there, Sean.
Thank you, sir. Sometimes it just works out.
AJ, how do you feel about Charlie Brewer's sleeve on his left leg?
I love it. Do you think that is that for an injury or swelling? What do you think? Or just strictly look good, feel good, play good?
Play good, pay good, live good, die good. I think it's all of that, and it could be a potential injury as well.
It's a lot to follow, gentlemen.
Keep up, Sean. Let's go.
1st and 10. Brewer to throw again. All kinds of time. On the screen to Lovett, the running back. High stepping toward the 20-yard line. Good effort after the initial hit there by Rico Jeffers. Jordan Brooks also on the play for Texas Tech.
Dakota Allen was applying the pressure on Charlie Brewer there. Also, number 21, Josh Fleeks, who came into screen at the very end there. He had a nice double move. He was open as well. I think Charlie Brewer is going to start going his way soon enough because he is getting separation from these defenders.
After a gain of 8, 2nd and 2. Hand it off to Lovett. That's enough for another first down for the Baylor Bears.
What a meticulous drive here by Baylor. 3rd and short, pick it up, keep the chains moving, keep it flowing. It's not wide open right now. It's a good drive here for the Baylor Bears.
They have won time of possession in 7 of their 11 games, averaging 32 minutes and 7 seconds. That's 2nd in the Big 12 Conference.
Yeah, they want to control the game, and their tempo is much different than the Texas Tech offensive tempo. And this drive, you're right, they are just systematically moving the ball down the field, which is really a demoralizing thing if you're a defender and you can't find a way to get a stop.
Thornton and Mims at the top of your screen. Brewer looking left. Now chased out of the pocket, rolling, throws, on the move, caught by Mims, leaps over man, flag on the play as he gets down inside the 10-yard line. Pick play, boys. What do you think?
2 flags came flying out.
Vontae Dorsey, the safety, on the tackle for the Red Raiders. Is he the guilty party here?
Ineligible player downfield. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Explain.
Blake Blackmar, they're saying he was down the field. If you look at him, the bottom of your screen, see, there's such a gray area. Yeah, he does turn and go. And that's the issue you're going to have with these RPOs. The O-line doesn't know if it's run or pass, so they have to kind of stay in between this 2- and 3-yard little buffer, and some refs call it and some don't.
1st and 15 as a result. On the option, he'll give it to Lovett, bouncing outside. Dives inside the 15-yard line.
Both of these coordinators outright said that they hate RPOs. straight-faced, I hate RPOs.
And at the same time, they say, I get it. I understand why offenses run them because they can and they are successful. And he's telling me, David Gibbs is telling us yesterday, hey, if their O-line doesn't know if it's run or pass, how do our linebackers know to play run or pass?
Well, and obviously the O-line thought it was going to come out a lot quicker. That's why they were down the field, get a penalty, but now they're trying to get reset 2nd and 9.
So the new line of scrimmage is the 16-yard line. Hurd at the bottom of your screen.
He's back.
And Brewer's in trouble, and he is sacked by Jordan Brooks. 7.5 sacks, 3 sacks on the year now for Jordan Brooks.
Look at the top of your screen. Vontae Dorsey comes free, applies the pressure, makes Brewer step up. And Jordan Brooks is there to clean it up. That's teamwork right there, forcing a 3rd and long here. And Tech's defense, they have held up in the red zone for the most part this year. They turned the ball over in the red zone. That's what saved them in a couple of games this season. So let's see if they bring pressure again on 3rd and long.
3rd down for the Bears. Here comes the pressure. Brewer rolling to his left. Throwing for inside the 5. It's caught. That's a 1st down inside the 5-yard line for Chris Platt. What a play on both ends, starting with Charlie Brewer.
This Texas Tech defense just can't get off the field, AJ. 3rd down success rate at an all-time high for Baylor as Charlie Brewer rolls out, rolls to his left, crosses his body, makes a hell of a throw to Platt here, picking up a 1st down.
Yeah, Pat, he said he's a Russell Wilson fan. How many times have we seen Russell Wilson do that on Sundays where they collapse the pocket, he breaks contain, eyes down the field, and you're right, he threw a strike running to his left. That is not easy.
Gain of 19 on the play. And movement up front. It'll be a false start here. This is twice now, guys, that Baylor shot themselves in the foot in the red zone with an offensive penalty.
That's kind of the story of this season for Baylor. I mean, they really have, and head coach Matt Rule even said it.
False start. Offense, number 87. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
But we can't beat ourselves. I mean, Matt Rule talked about it. They want to be a disciplined team, but when you're playing a lot of young guys, it's going to be inconsistent at times. He knows that. You want to find a way to eliminate it, but the main thing that eliminates a lot of pre-snap penalties, things like that, are just experience. You need reps on the field in real game, live action.
9 penalties last week, 66 yards in a loss. Brewer on a busted play, throws to the end zone, and he missed his man behind. May have been tipped. Thornton, the intended receiver. Looks like Brooks got a hand on this football. So big play upcoming here for both sides early in this football game, and a game that we expect points to be scored. You better keep up. Keep an eye on Brooks here. Yep.
Yeah, number 1, Jordan Brooks.
It was a good ball, too. It looked like that could have been a tutter there.
Those are the scary ones if you're a QB. They get tipped up in the air. They can get, if the defense comes down with it, they're going to return that thing to the house.
2nd and goal. Give it to Lovett. Breaks 1 tackle. Measures himself to about the 6-yard line before Rico Jeffers makes the stop. Jeffers walked onto campus last year as a freshman, not as a walk-on, but a scholarship, but he walked on, a grown man basically. Played last year, and now is a big piece of the middle of the Texas Tech defense.
He's really stepped up when Dakota Allen has kind of been in and out of the lineup. He's been banged up this year. Great story Dakota Allen is.
Incredible story.
Incredible leader for this team, but he's
Baylor,
been banged up.
Their 1st of the half. It'll be a media break.
Timeout Bears.
It's a big game triple header Saturday. Next Saturday on Fox.
FS1 College Football is sponsored by Ice Cold Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville. Welcome back to Arlington and AT&T Stadium. And back from the locker room is McLane Carter, retaped here after retweaking that ankle on the opening drive. Looks like Carter will try and continue here today. Only has 1 touchdown pass. That's good news for the Red Raiders, who are so thin at that position. Meanwhile, Baylor trailing 7-0 on the doorstep here, but some self-inflicted wounds, and they face a big 3rd down late in this 1st quarter. Sustained drive that has this being the 19th play of the opening drive. Brewer to throw for the end zone. Touchdown Bears. Denzel Mims 7th touchdown of the year. That's the way you come out of a timeout.
That was an incredible drive. Took time off the clock, meticulously moved the ball down the field, and then dropped a dime to Mims in the corner. Charlie Brewer leading the Bears right now.
Watch the timing here by Charlie Brewer. He throws it before Mims turns around, and just a beautiful route by Mims. Not a whole lot Adrian Fry can do with Mims' size. You obviously got to be worried about the fade over the top. So when he steps back and gives you that back shoulder, make it look easy.
96, Connor Martin in to attempt the extra point. Hold down, holds good, ball's kicked. Extra point on the board. 7-7 ball game here in the Texas Shootout, Sean.
Nice job, Pat.
Thank you.
2 touchdown passes on the day, 1 for each side. Mims has got his.
.com.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Dave & Buster's. Eat, drink, play, and watch sports. What an opening salvo thrown out there by the Baylor Bears. Their best offensive scoring drive with regard to time of drive and number of plays. 19 plays, longest of the year, 9 minutes and 10 seconds. Mims with a 6-yard touchdown catch. That's great defense, keeping Texas Tech's offense off the field. And Charlie Brewer was fantastic. 8 of 11, 62 yards. He hit 6 different receivers on Baylor's first offensive drive of the day. Bowman and Coleman deep. This will go out of the end zone. And so the Red Raiders and McLane Carter back on the field offensively. We return here to AT&T Stadium. All tied at 7 here late in the first quarter.
It's a big game triple header Saturday. Next Saturday on Fox.
FS1 College Football is sponsored by Jared. Dare to be devoted. Great day outside here in Arlington, Texas. Perfect conditions inside and a great start for both sides. We're all tied at 7 here late in the first quarter. Texas Tech, a little different tempo today than what we saw from Baylor. And back to it is McLane Carter after getting his ankle retaken. If you're just joining us, Carter has battled a high ankle sprain all season. He was gimping off the field after throwing a touchdown strike to Jadavian High. Able to continue. This will be the 9th offensive play for the Red Raiders today. And we'll tell you why that's important here in a moment. After the big gain, of course, by DeLeon Ward. Good enough for a first down. All right, so guys, let's talk about the script for Cliff Kingsbury and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Tell me about what these first 20 plays offensively mean.
Well, obviously the tempo, as we see right now, is huge for the script. But the first 20 plays, anyone you talk to on this Baylor coaching staff, that's what they talk about. They say those first 20 plays, you almost have to weather the storm. Cliff throws a lot of different personnel groupings in there. He throws some plays they've never shown all season. And they just kind of have to sit in your basic coverages and just try to get through it. And then after that, they kind of settle in. So it's going to be interesting to see in the second quarter moving forward what this Tech offense looks like.
Pistol formation. Ward again on the handoff. Churning forward, but short of the first down marker.
McLane seems to be moving a lot better. He's handing the ball off, but in between plays, he seems to be jogging a little bit. That 9-minute and 10-second drive from Baylor might have helped out McLane Carter and the training staff at Texas Tech.
Absolutely helped him out, Pat. Think about it. They took him underneath the stadium in the locker room.
And this is a huge stadium.
Yeah, it probably took him 18 minutes just to get there.
3rd and 3.
We got lost this morning. AJ and I took a long time to find this booth, but here we are watching a shootout in AT&T Stadium.
And looking great, by the way, Pat, in the bolo tie. Well done.
Thank you. I got cowboy boots on. I can't take off. I look like McLane Carter running around. I can't throw like that, though. What a play.
Vasher wide open, and another chunk play for a first down. Chris Miller makes the tackle for the Bears, but it's a gain of 16 yards for TJ Vasher.
McLane's slinging the rock, man. Up tempo, keep it moving. Let's see what McLane's got. See how that ankle's holding up.
Carter on play action to high down the sideline. Another first down for Texas Tech. Clay Johnston, kind of the heart and soul of their defense, has to make the stop on the Baylor side. There's a reason why he's so wide open.
The fake bubble screen, Jordan Williams falls down, leaving High just completely wide open there, but that's a nice little wrinkle. they throw so many bubble screens, tear screens at the line of scrimmage. You fake it and you sneak in a receiver or tight end behind those defenders, and that's what you get right there.
2 running backs set here, Felton and Ward, both back there for Carter. Out of the gun, lobs it up, going for the end zone, and he threw it behind his intended receiver, Antoine Wesley. That's Derek Thomas, the veteran, in coverage for the Bears.
Coach Snow, the 63-year-old D coordinator for Baylor, said that this new era of football is so difficult to defend. And it seems like they got double coverage on the wide out here, which is great. But Texas Tech is moving here with McLane being a little bit hobbled. This could really be a Texas shootout, AJ.
2nd and 10. And avoiding the blitz, Carter gets rid of it and lobs it over the top of Ward. Blake Lynch with the pressure for the Bears.
And this is obviously, I mean, you see Carter going to his left a little bit. He moves better to his left right now than he does his right, but he's trying to backpedal there too to buy some time to throw that little screen pass. That's where you can see how hobbled he is. Your ankle, Achilles, whatever it may be, try to backpedal, Pat. It's not going to do well. It's going to be what we saw you fumbling around these hallways earlier today trying to find this booth in those boots.
I can't back skate. I can't backpedal. The only thing I can do is backtrack, and I'm very impressed with McLane Carter right now with his grit.
Tech 46% on 3rd downs this season. Going for not only the first down, but the end zone, and leaping for it was Wesley, unable to come up with it. And again, it's Derek Thomas out there on an island with Antoine Wesley, the future NFL wide receiver.
Derek
jersey
Thomas,
tuck.
had a hold at the back of Wesley's jersey for a good portion of that route. Surprising they did not call it, but that's why Derek Thomas is on Antoine Wesley. Derek Thomas, 6'3", almost 200 pounds. You need a big guy like that to try to cover a 6'5" Wesley.
Texas Tech fans not happy about the amount of contact in the end zone. Clayton Hatfield from 42 from the right hash. Spot's good, ball's down. Good rotation. Kid knocks it through for the break.
And it's a school record, all his own, 13 straight made field goals for Clayton Hatfield. All right, meantime, let's go back to the studio. We've got Ohio State and Michigan today. Sam Farber with a check-in on the shoe.
It is the greatest rivalry in sports. 10-1 Michigan, 10-1 Ohio State over on Fox. Buckeyes, Dwayne Haskins hitting Chris Olave for the 24-yard touchdown. Now, Michigan has since added a 39-yard field goal, and they're threatening again. But right now, the Ohio State leading 7-3 at the end of the first quarter. Sean, AJ, and Pat.
Sam, thank you very much. Game Break brought to you by Dave & Buster's. There's a guy to my right who has a keen interest on the action up in Columbus today.
That backs up against the wall, Sean. Everyone thinks that they're writing Ohio State off, so good to see they jump out to an early lead.
All right, Pat, let's lean into your wheelhouse here. Clayton Hatfield's 50th career-made field goal has us at 10-7 late first quarter.
13 straight, 50th all-time. Clayton Hatfield, that amount of consistency is hard to find in college football. Proud of the kid. Hit a good ball there, 42-yarder in the first half to kind of get the leg loose. Now it's time to bang a kickoff.
Tying Ryan Buston's record. And Fleeks let this one go. Could have fielded it at his own goal line. Will choose to take it at the 25-yard line. 9 plays, 51 yards, 227. Another quick scoring drive for the Red Raiders.
I'm just wondering, Pat, if you were a college coach or an NFL coach, if you're kicking off, what would you do? Would you try to just bang it through the end zone, or are you trying to pooch it and make them return it and try to pin them?
It all depends on the type of athletes that you have covering. Everything is on your coverage team. You can't outkick your coverage if your coverage is dope. I've said that forever and ever, but with the new rules in college football, a fair catch at the 10 brings it to the 25. It almost makes no sense to anybody return it because a 25-yard drive start is incredible. It's all situational, though, AJ.
Might get one more play here in the first quarter. Treston Ebner in at running back for the first time today. First down, Bears. And the give is to Ebner. Bounces around the left tackle. And about a gain of 5 on the play for Treston Ebner, the sophomore from Henderson, Texas. And it looks like Baylor may try and get one more play off here at the end of the first quarter.
Gonna have to hurry it up.
Matt Rule trying to tell Charlie Brewer, nah, let's just take it into the second.
Yeah, everybody holds still here. And so with that, the first quarter has come to an end. Pretty exciting one so far. One team's up tempo, one team is ball control, And, of course, the Baylor Bears, after tying the game at 7, are down 3 and back to slow things down to start the second quarter. This program around, talking earlier this week about the importance of a win today that would take them into the postseason after going 1-11 last year. And it was Rule last week in the second half telling his guys to have fun. And here he is 2 hours ago today, already stoking the fire for this winner-take-all matchup between Baylor and Texas Tech. Whistles and a flag here to start the second quarter. We welcome you back with A.J. Hawk and Pat McAfee. I'm Sean Kelly. Matt Rule turned Temple around.
Offense, number 15, 5-yard penalty, second down.
And now he is working on Baylor. And he won't be happy about yet another penalty on his offense. That's the second false start called by the Bears today. Here's your first quarter stats, gentlemen. What do they tell us?
That Baylor drive was so consistent and incredible. And McLane Carter there opening things up with a bum wheel. It's been an interesting first quarter. Excited to see how this first half plays out. Coach Rule also battling a little bit of an illness as an incompletion falls there at the first down marker. And watching him get his team up there 2 hours before the game, AJ, got to make you feel good.
Oh, Coach Rule, he was fun in our meetings yesterday, sweating the whole time, pounding coffee, his kids running around the room. It's a family atmosphere. The culture he has created at Baylor, I mean, it's a gritty bunch. It really is. They don't mess around, and they work hard on the field. They have fun. They went and saw Creed 2 last night. He took the whole team. I'm sure they take a little juice from that.
Yeah, he's fired up right there. Last night he was sick, drinking coffee, sweating, the whole thing. Said they watched film together as a team last week. He's ready to win this one for the seniors.
Home run ball here from Mims. It is just beyond his reach. Flag on the play. Marcus Fields going to get caught here.
Cliff Kingsbury was clapping, thought it was a nice incompletion. No, sir. No.
They're calling for an uncatchable as well on the Tech sideline.
Pass interference, defense number 23, 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Texas Tech fans are not happy in front of us, but this is, that seems like good defense. I wouldn't be happy either.
Little hand fighting, especially with the coverage that where Wesley, the defender, had a handful of his jersey for the last 10 yards in his route earlier. That's a little bit of a ticky-tack call there.
The refs are going to watch the film later. They're going to look in the mirror and say, you know what? Mess that one up. That's what I think.
And their bosses are going to tell them the same thing and email them 4 times and show them the clip.
I hope so.
First down by penalty. Brewer going for Thornton on the far side.
Nice catch. Little toe drag swag there. Brewer rolling to his right, drops a dime here. Only need one in college. I Googled that. Oh, I don't know. I think he had both feet up there.
Incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. And by the time he has control of the football, he's beyond the boundary without establishing.
Yeah, looked like his right foot had come off the ground.
I respect the coach trying to lobby for the catch there, though. A lot of energy from Cuzzy with the hat.
10-7 Red Raiders. 2nd and 10. Spotted at the 40. Into the air again. It's Hurd over the middle. Midfield and into Red Raider territory. First down, Baylor Bears. Just Sean Johnson on the tackle, but Jalen Hurd, that big weapon at 6'4", comes up with a huge catch here to extend the drive. 19 yards on the game.
Just trips to the right side. Jalen Hurd reads the coverage, decides to not get upfield anymore. Cuts that off about 5 yards, dragging across the field. It's so difficult to defend that.
It's a drag route, AJ? A drag route?
Depends on what coach is coaching it, but yeah, usually, maybe.
Off play action again. Brewer to air it out. Down the sideline to Thornton. Touchdown, Baylor. Tyquan Thornton. Third touchdown of the year. That's 41 yards on the scoring strike for the Bears, who have their first lead of the day.
Thornton couldn't get his foot down earlier. Makes up big time with this tutter down the left side from Charlie Brewer. Nice throw and catch there, AJ.
Vontae Dorsey's a good 2 yards, 3 yards behind him right there. Tyquan Thornton The Baylor faithful have to be excited about this young receiver, only a freshman, making plays, getting some very valuable experience out here.
What's Charlie's favorite play?
The deep ball.
Flags first before Connor Martin. False start again for Baylor, this time on special teams.
These mental penalties have to be driving Coach real crazy.
It's the pre-snap stuff that coaches lose their mind, you know, Pat. Like,
yep.
Those are things you 100% have control of. It's not like a combative penalty to where, oh, my hands got up in a defender's face. Maybe I finished the guy out of bounds a little too far.
But it's a young team. These things are going to happen, and these are the growing pains of starting anew, they say.
And if you could go to a bowl game fighting through some growing pains, the future looks bright.
Connor Martin here with a 25-yard extra point. The hold down kick is good.
33rd extra point of the season for Connor Martin. One more time here. The home run ball by Brewer to Tyquan Thornton. Beat him by 5 yards, and Baylor has the lead. This last scoring drive a little quicker than the first that we saw Baylor put together in the opening quarter of today's game. 5 plays, 75 yards, a huge pass interference call on third down. Continue the drive. Baylor's 5 for 5 today on third downs, but no official third downs on that drive due to the penalty. And with that, they have their first lead. And a pretty satisfied Charlie Brewer has his eyes on the monster screen above the field here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. With Pat McAfee and A.J. Hawk, I'm Sean Kelly. And so the Bears on top for the first time today. Bowman and Coleman deep to receive for the Red Raiders. As Connor Martin gets the leg into this one. And this will be taken for a touchback. Time now for a Dave & Buster's game break. Let's check in with Sam Farber in L.A. for a Dave & Buster's game break down in Georgia.
Yes, gentlemen, number 5, Georgia hosting Georgia Tech in the 111th meeting of a rivalry they call clean, old-fashioned hate. Jake Fromm, 12 yards to Jeremiah Hallman. It's Fromm's second touchdown pass of the day, 21-7. Dogs leading in the second quarter. Back to Sean, AJ, and Pat.
All right, Sam, thank you very much. Big day across the country, big game here. Both these teams fighting for bowl eligibility. And McLane Carter back to work here for the Red Raiders.
The extension of your season with a bowl game is huge for any college program. McLane Carter's right back to work.
And a huge catch here by Seth Collins. Good enough for a first down, on first down. 16 yards on the catch for Collins, who had only 1 reception last week. Out of the pressure, and a nice play defensively. Whoa. For Kedrick Vaughns with the leather laid upon that receiver.
Incredible dreads flying around as well. He's kind of flexing right now, as he should. What a huge play. AJ, you ever hit anybody like that?
No, I don't think I have, Pat. But I do like how he's peacocking around the field. I would, too. Forcing a big incompletion there.
Off-play action. Carter chased out of the pocket. Throws on the middle. That's off 3 different players. Flags come flying in on a pass intended for Thompson.
Sorry for my emotion there. McLane mobile, by the way, Sean.
More so than on the last drive, where he could barely move on both legs. Chris Miller and Clay Johnston converging on the play. Ball intended for Dante Thompson, who has 1 reception on the season.
Pass interference, defense, number 3. 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
That's Chris Miller making his 12th career start, 11th this season.
Let's see Chris Miller here. Top of your screen, yeah. He just knocks Dante Thompson down. Split second before the ball gets there. That's an easy call.
Sometimes you got to set the tone, AJ.
That's right.
Into Baylor territory. The handoff is for Felton.
Just don't set the tone on third down. Don't extend the drive with your tone-setting penalty. It's like roughing the punter.
Oh, don't do that.
But if you do, set the tone.
No.
20th play of the day offensively for the Red Raiders. We've reached the end of the Kingsbury script. And a handoff and a huge stick at the 39-yard line. Felton felt that one. James Lynch drops the hammer.
I've never done this, AJ, but it's going to feel good when you just catch somebody and pow! Blow them up at the line like that, take on the block, shed them, and then blow somebody up. That's going to feel good.
Especially when Greg Roberts kind of softens him up for you. He falls off there, so the back is falling back a little bit, and it makes your shot look even better.
3rd and 5. Collins, first down and inside the 10. What a beautiful ball thrown by McLane Carter. Seth Collins. Chased down by Harrison Hand, but check the streaking Collins on this.
You saw Harrison Hand. He kind of jumped inside, had that inside leverage about 4 yards off the ball. He was beat from the jump.
32 yards on that one. Here's Felton busting through, reaching for the end zone. Touchdown, Texas Tech. 7 yards on the carry for DeMarcus Felton.
McLane drops it in the bucket one play, and then they run it right up the gut the next. It's going to be tough to stop this Texas Tech team. Seem to be really catching a rhythm right now, no matter what play number they're on. Huge hole. Huge. I could have made that play possibly.
You and your car could have gone through that hole.
I don't have a car. AJ does, though. It's a big one. We got lost twice today on the ride to the stadium.
Carpooling is environmentally friendly.
Who was driving my rental car, Pat?
That was me, because I get car sick.
Okay.
Reviewing the scoring play. That's our holdup here, but yet another lead change in this game. Red Raiders trying to go up by 3 here on their opening drive of the second quarter.
We might have a record of lead changes here in AT&T Stadium today.
Let's just stay away from Oklahoma, West Virginia type numbers.
Clayton Hatfield here for the extra point. 50 field goals in his Texas Tech career. 46 with the hole. Clayton Hatfield strokes it through.
And with that, the Red Raiders lead by 3. The big play on the drive, McLane Carter. The touchdown by Felton. And the Red Raiders back on top.
Third-ranked Gonzaga is looking to make this their year as they clash with Creighton. Big game Saturday, next Saturday on Fox.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Dave & Buster's. Eat, drink, play, and watch sports. A couple big plays on this last drive for the Red Raiders. Penalty first. Pass interference here to extend the drive into Baylor territory. Then Carter picked up the blitz, found Collins all the way inside the 10-yard line, and then fell through a gaping hole, tumbles into the end zone. And the Red Raiders lead now by 3 after a 6-play, 75-yard drive. Another quick strike, minute 47. They've scored on every touch so far here in the first half. And so Baylor set to get it back again in a back-and-forth game. And a fumble return by Fleeks goes out of bounds. What a break for the Bears. That's a scary moment for Baylor special teams.
Fleeks just wants to make a play. You get a little bit antsy back there. You see the ball fly short. You hope you can make a play, and then whammy, right off the chest, out of bounds at the 10. You fair catch that. Get the ball at the 25. You let it go into the end zone. Same thing. Can't blame Fleeks. He just wants to make a play. I've been really impressed with McLane Carter, by the way.
So, Ryan, the pass that set up the touchdown run.
Bro.
So Baylor, they brought 6 or 7. They're bringing the blitz. He finds the one-on-one matchup he wants. Seth Collins wins off the line of scrimmage. You put it up there, give him a chance, sets up a touchdown on the next play.
Brewer and the Bears, efficient thus far. This is their worst starting position, though, of the afternoon. Jonathan Lovett is the running back.
Field position matters, especially when things like that happen in the backfield. Charlie picks the ball up, though.
Brewer's in trouble, and he's dropped inside the 5-yard line. So the worst starting position of the day for the Bears gets even worse as the exchange is, well, bad here. There's just contact. The timing of the snap is just poor as Fleeks came across the front side of Brewer. Thankfully, Lovett was able to make some kind of a block. Otherwise, Brewer may have gotten his clock cleaned on this play.
That's Fleeks coming across in a little jet sweep motion. The ball was most likely supposed to be snapped a beat before that, so Brewer could give the little fake to Fleeks, but they did not time that one up right, and now you're coming out of your own end zone in a tough spot.
Play call from the sideline. Brewer on second down. Trying to get out of trouble here. Throws into tight coverage. That ball is tipped and dropped incomplete. No, interception for the Red Raiders. Hanging on to it was Deshaun Johnson. First turnover of the day. Brewer tried to force it from deep in his own end.
Might have been underthrown a little bit, and he just goes up there and gets that thing. Bobbles around a little bit, makes a miraculous catch. Second man in there, AJ. Cleans it up.
DeMarcus Fields with the beautiful coverage right there. Tips it up.
That was Julian Edelman-esque there in the Super Bowl, keeping that off the ground. Incredible dexterity by Cuzzy there.
Deshaun Johnson, Pat, you know, Coach always tell you good things happen when you run to the ball. Right there, Johnson, yeah, it may seem like a little thing.
Pass is under further review.
I think this one may hold up, Pat, but Johnson there, he's running to the ball. Hey, you know what? You may do that 300 times and nothing happens. But guess what? It's going to pay off at some point. And right there it did. Not only creating a huge turnover, setting your offense up with great field position.
So this is special teams at work right here. You get good field position at the 10 whenever the returner kicks it out of bounds. Little bumble, fumble, stumble in the backfield. Now they're backed up even more. Quick pick. Now the offense is set up for success. I don't know what we're reviewing for.
This is the 11th interception of the season for the Red Raider defense. And that's a 6'3" wide receiver trying to high point a football. Great job. Fields' tip there is unreal.
I don't even think there's a question there, Sean, if that's a catch or not.
This jumbotron's 75 yards long, too. Just look up there, Ref Cuzzy. It's pretty obvious.
And Johnson, you can see the body control he had. He turned, you know, the ball was coming to him. Instead of letting the ball hit the ground, the question, I guess, could be, did he get up and fumble? But he's already down.
down.
Doesn't matter. He's down. That goes to my other thing where college should change the rule.
The play, the defender had possession. The ball never touched the ground. The ruling is confirmed. First down, Texas Tech.
Good call, right?
And going back to quickly on my rule change, Pat, I think you need to be down by contact. If you fall down and nobody touches you, you should be able to get up and go.
I agree.
I don't understand why the rule is in place for safety. People are trying to tell me for safety. I disagree. I don't understand why that rule is still here in college football.
So Johnson with a takeaway. He leads that Red Raider defense in starts. This is his 45th of the season and his first interception of the season. McLane Carter from under center on first down. Down the jet sweep, it's high, turning the corner. Going down the near sideline, it's Carter actually. There's a flag on the play. That may bring this big game back.
It'd be fun to be faster than everybody else on the field like Kai there. Just faster than every human you surround yourself with. That's what that basically is.
Holding, offense, number 11, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
All right, looking for Dante Thompson. There he is, a tight end. And there's your hold as Keyshawn Carter was able to turn the corner. So a 28-yard gain on the play, wiped out by penalty.
Thompson just has a hold of Blake Lynch right there. He just holds on for a split second too long. You can get a little bit of jersey for a minute, but when he tries to disengage from that block, you gotta let him go, especially when you're on the edge there and the referee is right in front of you.
What a momentum swing. Huge gain to a big loss. They pick it right back up, though.
Another big hole to run through, this time DeLeon Ward, gain of 8 on the play. So look at the difference between a week ago and here what we've seen so far today. Last week at K-State in the cold, 6 points. Lows for the Kingsbury area, 181 yards. Today, they flipped it.
A lot of heater talk at that game.
Yes, there was.
Or lack thereof.
The roof is closed today, Pat.
By the way, I'm a big pro heater guy on the sideline. Just want to let that be known.
2nd and 12 from the 40. Carter lobs this one high and long for Vasher. He kind of gave up on the route and is going to fall incomplete. Vasher's bigger and faster than both of those guys, but yet it seems like, again, he's down there watching the ball come toward him. It looks like he kind of gives up on the route here a little bit as Miller and Tejada were defending for the Baylor Bears.
Yeah, I don't know if he just felt the bracket coverage on him and he thought he was not going to be an option on that play, or he didn't see the ball in the air. He's such a big body. You think anytime you cross the 50, you want to give this guy a chance. He's just so long.
Tweezy's been quiet a little bit as well, AJ.
3rd and 12. Two-man rush, dump-off pass is going to bring up 4th down. DeLeon Ward, the running back, a loss of a yard on the play. Greg Roberts, who can play almost anywhere up front for Baylor on the stop.
Big play coming here, Sean. Big play coming. Remember, field position matters, Sean. Paisan Cuzzy here, Panazzolo. No way I pronounced that right. He's tall, he's lanky. I think he's going to pin him here at the 10.
Panazzolo has only seen 6 of his punts returned this season. Candidate for the Ray Guy Award. First punt of the day on either side. And Panazzolo tries to check this one up. Strickland is the deep man, and he'll watch this bounce. It'll be down at the 15-yard line. So after the short field, the Red Raiders unable to cash in. Big break for the Baylor Bears. Charlie Brewer back to work offensively for the Bears, down by 3.
Northwestern collides with Illinois in a rivalry clash for the Land of Lincoln Trophy. Big Ten football, presented by Jaguar. Today at 3:30 Eastern on BTN and the Fox Sports app.
Well, the latest member of the Brewer family quarterbacks about set to take the field again for the Baylor Bears. Charlie Brewer's grandfather played at Texas. Charles Brewer, and then Robert Brewer, the father, also a Texas Longhorn. And then brother Michael, who started his career in Austin, then finishes the starting quarterback at Virginia Tech. Now Charlie Brewer here in his sophomore season at Baylor. And on first down to give, takes the ball out to the 20-yard line. Nick McCann on the stop. John Lovett, the ball carrier for the Bears. Baylor back to work here after the turnover. The interception thrown by Brewer on his last drive. His 8th of the season.
Everybody in Charlie's family played quarterback in Texas somewhere. How many times do you think he was told, fire that pigskin boy, growing up, AJ?
It's a good chance, yeah. Did he ever say, I don't want your life?
I don't want your life.
I'm going to take the under. The under on it?
Yeah.
I'm going to take the under on that.
Speaking of over-under, 64, we're on our way. Let's go.
3rd and short.
Which way are we going? Over or under?
I think it's over.
Okay.
Feels over to me.
They bring in a fullback. First time in the I formation for Baylor today. The fullback is Bullard.
It's a big 3rd down, Sean.
Need a yard. They'll hand off to the fullback. Trying to barrel forward here. And the initial spot is going to be, I think, just a touch short. Unable to convert here, perhaps. Baylor would fail on 3rd down for the first time today.
Nice tattoo on the center there.
Left-handed snap, too, from Tecklenburg.
Not much movement, nothing you can really see there. Spot is the spot, not going to be able to review it. Here we go, 14 inches.
Same formation, tight splits up front here for the Bears. And they load the box for the Red Raiders. Push forward, first down. Baylor extends the drive.
Oh, a little after the play stuff happening with Charlie and number 10 there from Texas Tech. It's getting ugly in the Texas shootout, Sean Kelly.
Hurd right in the middle of it.
Jalen Hurd's outnumbered. Charlie Brewer comes in to help him out.
Wow. Troy Polamalu-esque there trying to hop over the line.
Look at Brewer's leg drive, though, Pat. Turns around, his back is to the defense, and he's still able. He almost broke that thing.
Yeah, almost busted that thing wide open.
Brewer had a team-high 18 carries last week for 54 yards.
Sean, that's a gutsy call. 4th and 1 backed up.
Yes.
They know that they can't give the ball over there. It's going to be a shootout.
On first down, Brewer to throw this time. Does so outside of the running back. Ebner shakes one man and extends the play. Possible gain of 10. We'll watch the chains here. Treston Ebner officially 9 yards on the reception. Bring up 2nd down.
This Baylor offense trying to go some tempo for the first time today. They've really slowed it down before this, and now they were trying to get to the line. The refs have an issue with Jalen Hurd's jersey or something in his shoulder pads. Maybe? Yeah, he could have a little blood, and they got to wipe that off. And
he got blood on his jersey. A lot of people dressed like seats here today, but the Baylor crowd just got into it.
So Hurd has to take a play off. Ebner's the 7th different receiver for Brewer today. Now handoff to Ebner, room to run, cross midfield, diving down towards the 45-yard line of the Red Raiders. John Bonney had to catch up to the play and make the stop for Texas Tech. Gain of 19 on the carry.
Up tempo, up tempo, up tempo. They're keeping it moving here. Keep Texas Tech on their heels. Huge hole there for Ebner to open things up. Maybe a little movement early there, AJ.
False start coming for the Bears again.
False start on the offense. All 11 players were not set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Who's that on, AJ? Quarterback, player?
I mean, who knows that it's pretty specific to each play, but that's the thing, though. When you go tempo, sometimes you can shoot yourself in the foot like that. Everybody has to be set. You have to be ready, and it just takes thousands and thousands of reps through practice.
Yeah.
And when you try to do that, you can hurt yourself by trying to go too fast.
Yeah, sometimes you got to pull a rabbit out of your head, though, and really make things happen.
First and 15. Good reference. Ebner on the handoff. Pushes forward back into Texas Tech territory. Possible spot of the 46, gain of 5. Sean Johnson.
These penalties, Sean. These penalties.
Well, that's 3 false starts on their offense, 1 on special teams, so 4 total here in the first half alone. Couple lead changes already today. The tight end Henley checks out. Hurd back in for the Bears. Brewer rolling to his right. He's got a tight end at the 41. Excuse me, that's Marcus Jones, who does sometimes line up at the tight end.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah.
Sure, 3.98 GPA, just like AJ back at Ohio State.
Right.
Gain of 5 on the play.
Were you a dumb meathead, or were you smarter than Ohio State?
3.9, is that good?
I think so.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, that's about what I had, I think. Graduated, Pat.
I did not. Me, Kanye West, Steve Jobs, and Albert Einstein. All college dropouts, but here we are.
Were you technically a dropout?
Yeah, I left that thing early. This is a huge third down for Baylor. Keep the momentum flowing with their fan base as well. Can't give the ball back to Texas Tech without getting points here.
Jones changes side after motion. Brewer to throw. Steps up. Pocket collapsing. Wrapped up. Twisting and thrown down. Brewer sacked at the 49-yard line by Colin Hill. Loss of 8, and Hill from the San Antonio area comes up with his 5th sack of the season.
Sean, this is exactly what Baylor's offense didn't want to put themselves in this position in 3rd and long. They're not really a drop-back football team. On 3rd down, you have to drop back because you have late developing routes down the field. And Charlie Brewer has taken a lot of shots this year. And you see the Tech defense has been aggressive on 3rd down, bringing extra defenders, matching up on the outside, and saying, hey, they can't get open before we reach the QB. And right there, that was a successful stop from Tech.
Welcome to the show. Drew Gallitz here trying to pin Texas Tech back. Aussie-style punt, end over end. Fair catch signaled at the 10. Job well done.
At the 10. We'll take a break. First sack of the day for the Red Raiders, who retain possession with a lead of 3. Welcome back to AT&T Stadium. Last game in this now 10-year series in Arlington between Baylor and Texas Tech. They're going to move the game to the campus sites the next 2 years and then hope to return back here to Arlington. Cliff Kingsbury and the Red Raiders offensively starting deep in their own territory, but with a lead as both Matt Rule and Coach Kingsbury trying to send their team to the postseason for the win today. Felton on the carry, trying to stay on his feet after the initial hit. Can't get much more than a yard on the play. Clay Johnston, the middle linebacker, who really kind of anchors that Baylor defense for Phil Snow. He makes the tackle. Johnston's father was a strength and conditioning coach for over 20 years. He also coached his son a little bit too. Collins on the reception.
Having a dad as a strength and conditioning coach means you grow up just eating iron. Full-on meathead grit stuff. That has to give him an advantage, especially as a middle linebacker, AJ.
And his dad's on staff here at Baylor as well, Pat. That's why this dude had 15 tackles last week. I mean, Clay Johnston is everywhere. He's in on almost every tackle, it seems like.
Field position here, AJ, if they have to punt.
Big 3rd down. 4 receivers at the disposal of McLane Carter. Playing on one good leg today, basically. Hands it off. Big hole for Felton. Pushes the man across the 20. First down on the run by Felton. Blake Lynch makes the stop.
Up tempo, they're keeping it moving. 3rd and 12, you wouldn't think a run, but that thing's wide open. This Texas Tech offensive line has done an incredible job making holes for the guys.
Carter to throw, almost picked off.
Gotta have it, AJ.
Blake Lynch almost came up with his first interception of the season.
AJ, what do they say? See Toddy, catch the ones they throw you?
I've never heard that. See Toddy?
See Toddy.
Who's Todd?
No, Tot. Catch the ones they throw you. C-T-O-T-T-Y.
Catch the ones. Never heard that when I started playing football in the 2nd grade, but I don't know.
I was in the NFL for a while.
2nd down.
You were?
Barely. I didn't play much.
Pat, you were 1 for 1 throwing in this building, though.
0 for 1. Don't bring it up, Sean.
Oh, 0 for 1. Sorry, 1 for 2 career. 0 for 1 here. But we just had the anniversary of your NFL completion because it was on Thanksgiving,
That's right.
Okay.
100% on Turkey Day. People forget. Here in Jerry World, though, I'm 0 for 1. This is another huge 3rd down backed up in their own area. Center might... Guard down?
Injury timeout.
Travis Buffy is down. One of their captains. Pat had mentioned their offensive line. They returned all 5 starters from last year. All right, while they attend to Travis Buffy, we can check back in with Sam Farber for a game break. Sam?
Well, guys, I got good news for AJ. Number 10, Ohio State versus number 4, Michigan. Dwayne Haskins looking for the true freshman, Chris Olave. It's 24 yards to pay dirt. Olave, 0 career touchdowns entering this one. He's got 2 in the big game. Made it 14-6 at the time. They've added another 21-6 Ohio State in the 2nd quarter.
Wow.
You like?
People weren't giving Ohio State a chance. It's a tough place to play. I mean, Harbaugh has not come to the shoe and got a win yet. So we knew if Ohio State could find a way to play their best football in this game. But, hey, there's a lot of game to play still. But people have to be encouraged by the start.
Well, you're saying if they play their best, they're going to be a good team?
Yeah, they're going to have to play their best game to beat a great Michigan football team.
I thought that was real analysis stuff there.
Dawson Deaton has come in to replace Buffy at left tackle. 3rd and 9 for the Red Raiders. And Vasher was wide open and his sail's incomplete.
I think somebody zigged when they should have zagged there. There was a little miscommunication between quarterback and wide receiver. McLane Carter, though, gritting it out here, taking hits, delivering the rock. A lot of pressure in his face there. He's hobbling around on one wheel.
Great push up front. Johnson coming in as a linebacker as well.
This punter is Italian, Sean. Means a lot of things. He likes good food. He doesn't give up any return yards, and he needs a boomer here because Baylor might be catching some momentum.
The Italian-Australian.
Oh, okay. Good.
Puts it up nice and high here. Who Strickland calls for the fair catch.
I want strictly
Baylor
off the
take
name.
over.
Strictly off the name there.
Coming up, Arizona battles Arizona State right here next on FS1, followed by K-State and number 25 Iowa State at 7 Eastern. And to close out the day, BYU faces in-state rival number 17 Utah at 10 Eastern. So keep it here on FS1 or watch anywhere on the Fox Sports app.
It was a great punt. No return.
Why is it an end over end, Pat? Why did you do that? Right there, wouldn't that be the opportunity when you want to boom it and hit a spiral?
Yeah, so the end over end one is just most consistent. Like when you're trying to hit a spiral, there's a chance for a miss hit because the sweet spot is smaller. When you hit the end over end, it's a much more consistent, more true. It's not going to go as far. You're going to eliminate the return, though. Good play by the Australian Paisano.
Best starting field position of the day for Baylor. Brewer hands it off. And Tristan Ebner tackled by Eli Howard after a gain of 3. One Big 12 team that's rooting for your Buckeyes, AJ, is Oklahoma. The door's open for them if Ohio State can win the Big Ten. Oklahoma will play in this building next weekend against Texas for the Big 12 championship. 2nd down. Ebner again. Got down on the near sideline. 1st down, Baylor Bears. Tristan Ebner, who did not start today, has now had a couple of nice carries here as we get deep into the first half.
Coach Rule kind of said that they just have to settle into the game a little bit. It feels as if that's happening for both teams. Ebner just springs along when they're good for the Baylor offense, obviously.
Adrian Fry is down here for the Red Raiders. And that's a huge blow for Texas Tech. His 18 passes defended this season leads the Big 12. And they are checking on the lower right leg here of Adrian Fry. Redshirt freshman from Houston, Texas.
5 interceptions as well.
He's a stud.
Yes, he is.
This would be a big blow. Obviously, we hope he's okay. But to the Texas Tech defense, this would be a huge blow. Cliff Kingsbury. Not sure how I feel about the gray pants selection.
You're making a fashion statement
you
on,
might want to
on
call
an injury
Under
time
Armour.
here?
Well,
It's an Under Armour decision, I believe.
I don't know.
This is a little bit of what we've seen all season from Texas Tech. Got started real hot after the loss to Ole Miss by 20. They ripped off a bunch of wins. 3 straight, capped off by the stunning upset of Oklahoma State. Then they dropped one to West Virginia. That's where Alan Bowman, their starting quarterback, got hurt. And then the 4 straight losses that lead to today. Iowa State, Oklahoma, Texas, and Kansas State. So after starting the season so well, the Red Raiders have kind of fallen on their face a bit, but injuries have played a huge part, especially at the quarterback position. Now Brewer on the option pitch to Ebner, trying to turn it outside. And he is tackled at the 36-yard line, gain of 5 on the play. Jordan Brooks in pursuit for the Red Raider defense.
I don't know if you guys watched that. That play that Jordan Brooks just made, I mean, it's a 4 or 5-yard gain. Is an amazing, amazing play. He slow played the quarterback on the option and then chased down the pitch. And he made it look easy, but guess what? It is absolutely very, very difficult to do that. A lot of times you try to slow play, the quarterback can give you a juke, go right around you, and make you look dumb. It's true.
Has that ever happened to you, AJ?
He has the speed to catch the back as well. Of course it has.
Handoff to Ebner, diving forward. It'll be short of the first down.
Watch Jordan Brooks on the left side here, but slow plays the quarterback, makes him make a decision, pitches the ball, and he chases the tailback down. There's not a whole lot of guys that can do that in college football right now. And Jordan Brooks, with the athleticism at 240 pounds, is just impressive.
I'd be so tired.
That's the thing, yeah, and then they're right back to the line.
Yeah,
right there, that is absolute max effort he had to give.
And now another flag and another full start called against the Baylor offense, it appears.
This ref delivers a nice stern call whenever he's looking at the camera. I think that can't go understated as well. Coach Rule there, trying to dial up some plays.
Ball start. Offense, number 87.
Stern.
5-yard penalty. That penalty also comes with a 10-second runoff. Please reset the game clock to 46 seconds.
You'll note the clock there at the bottom of your screen as we're into that final minute of the first half. So yardage and time here.
Third
double
down.
whammy.
Third down as well. Another third down for the Baylor Bears. They got a statue of Robert Griffin III on campus. Just fun facts.
7th penalty against the Bears. 5 of them false starts. And now a whistle. Looks like Baylor will take a timeout with 32 seconds left
Baylor
in the
calls
first
their
half.
second timeout of the half. It'll be 30 seconds in length.
Pat, where's your statue? They erected one for you too, didn't they?
Well, there was an alleged incident that happened in Indianapolis. There's a no swimming zone. They might be putting one up, but I hope it's of skinny me and not bigger me, because every offseason and regular season, the weight fluctuates a little bit.
Catch you at the right time, as always. All right, so Baylor trying to keep pace here in the final 2 minutes. We just mentioned the Ohio State-Oklahoma situation. Big 10, Big 12, hand in hand. Here's a look at your top 10 schedule this weekend. Of course, the Iron Bowl is today in Tuscaloosa. And all eyes as well. Notre Dame wins, they're in, no doubt. But at one of their biggest rivals, USC today. There's a lot to be decided. I love the football feast we've had over these 2 days.
It's been a great time to be alive and watch college football. Are you kidding me? With Thanksgiving, we had games that day of NFL, college, all over the place. Rivalry weekend right now.
Every game counts. Every block counts,
I mean,
too.
think of this, Pat.
Like in that West Virginia-Oklahoma game last night. That was wild stuff.
Think about this. Sudden death, right?
Yes.
You win. The winner gets to continue to play, continue to practice for these coaches' staff. They love that. Bring recruits to practices. The loser goes home.
Brian Kelly's head might explode if they don't get the win.
3rd and 7 upcoming. The State Farm halftime report is just around the corner. 33 seconds remaining here in the first half. Charlie Brewer claps his hands, looks to throw, but here comes the blitz, and he is dropped back in Baylor territory. Rico Jeffers on the sack for the Red Raiders.
No timeout for Cliff. He's letting it run.
Bringing pressure again on 3rd down. The Tech defense has been aggressive the majority of the 3rd downs. Look at the open field tackle, the swipe to beat the lineman, by Jeffers, but then to get Brewer down in space is not an easy thing to do either.
Cliff let this thing run down, maybe thought he'd take advantage. What a half of football.
As expected, a lot of points here on the board through the first 2 quarters. There has been a timeout called. Hold on. They're going to leave 1 second on the clock.
A lot can happen with a punt, but he can also just take the ball and take a knee. Seems to be an interesting move. You see, AJ, with 1 second, the quarterback can get the snap, take a knee, half's over. They can go Hail Mary. Charlie likes the deep ball, he says.
He's shown the arm for it today so far. And
it would make sense. Why not?
It all just kind of hit me right there that that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
You actually heard it hit me right in the face.
We heard your brain thinking.
It's a scary place in there, Sean.
I only step in when I feel prepared. State Farm halftime report in just a moment. Red Raiders thinking the same thing as you guys. They've dropped 3 back to their own 10-yard line. And they'll play this soft.
New quarterback in.
McClendon, the backup quarterback, whistling one for the end zone, intercepted the 5-yard line.
Well, this backfire. Now you've got offensive linemen covering the pick.
Dorsey, changing field. Got a block. Across the 35. Dorsey inside the 20, and what a dramatic way to end the first half. No flags on the play. Giancarlo Valentine, the left guard, had to make the touchdown-saving tackle for the Baylor Bears. Halftime here at AT&T Stadium. Red Raiders 17, Bears 14. Coming up after the break, the State Farm halftime show with our guys in the Los Angeles studio. Halftime here at AT&T Stadium, 31 points already on the board for one of these 2 teams. 2 quarters left this season for the winner today. Postseason bowl eligibility on the line, still with 1 half of football to play. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth with Pat McAfee and AJ Hawk. I'm Sean Kelly. At the start of our broadcast today, we highlighted NFL-ready wide receivers on both sides. And while they factored in a little bit, their quarterbacks truly have been the story so far here in the first half. Starting, AJ, with Texas Tech and McLane Carter.
McLane Carter has been everything that they thought he was going to be going into the season when he was named starter first game of the year, and then he got banged up. But this guy's absolutely fighting through some huge pain and throwing some strikes all over the field, spreading the ball out to his receivers and really keeping this Tech team in it when it was not looking good as he's limping off the field getting retaped.
So Carter able to return and give his team an offensive lead at halftime. Meanwhile, the Baylor Bears just 3 points behind and put together a couple of nice drives today. And Pat, I'll ask you, what are we getting right now from Baylor quarterback Charlie Brewer?
I think Charlie Brewer has really showed some composure today. The wide receivers are making plays for him. He's got 2 tunners. He has an interception, but he's been controlling the offense well. His claps to set the cadence have been loud, and I think his dad, his uncle, his grandpa, all the quarterbacks in his family should be excited. Charlie Brewer's been playing like a real stud today in AT&T Stadium.
There's Brewer, 2 touchdowns. He's got the pick so far today. The other interception was thrown by their backup quarterback on the last play of the first half. And Baylor will have the football to start the second half. And Galen sends it through the back of the end zone. So here are our first half stats presented by Dave & Buster's. Eat, drink, play, and watch sports. Both teams work the ground a little bit, AJ Hawk.
Yeah, they definitely had success at times running the ball, and look for Baylor to continue to try to pound the ball. Head coach Matt Rule, they talk about it. They want to be the more physical team. They want to run the ball in the fourth quarter especially. Their big buzzword, Pat, you remember, finish. They continue to tell us we need to find a way to finish on every single play.
Their first drive, 9 minutes and 10 seconds. The last 4 couldn't keep up with that first drive. We'll see if they get back into a nice rhythm here. Charlie Brewer with so much time.
On first down, down the sideline for Platt, leaping, makes the catch. Big strike for the Bears on their first play of the second half.
That's a great way to get started. Charlie Brewer slinging the rock down the left side. Nothing but time. The O-line giving him so much time to make a big play.
Douglas Coleman got turned around. It's a gain of 39 on the play. Quickly back to the line of the Bears on first down. Brewer looking to throw again on the rollout. Over the top looking for Hurd. And incomplete, out of bounds. To your point, Pat, after the 9-minute and 10-second first drive of the day for Baylor, all of their other drives, a combined 8 minutes and 47 seconds.
They've been going up tempo. Here, you could tell they wanted to start fast, get that deep ball early to Platt. Then they were up at the line quickly. Now they're kind of settling back in. I'll be excited to see what Baylor's offense decides to do this second half.
Late substitution. Platt back in to line up in the slot for Charlie Brewer, who's patiently waiting for the go sign from the official in front of him. Ready for play. Option.
That same
Pitch.
play, AJ.
Lovett trying to turn the corner. Work his way toward the sticks. Dorsey and Brooks prevent the first down. But John Lovett having a busy day.
Yeah, Brewer's taking a beating this year. He really has, Patton. Already sacked 3 times, been hit 6, and they got to find a way to get the ball out of his hands quickly. You always want to do that. That's why you, 3rd and short right here, that's what you want to be. You don't want to be 3rd and long and have to rely on down the field routes.
Here's Lovett again, who made his 2nd career start last week. Spins and tumbles over. Jashawn Johnson. Good enough, though, for a Baylor first down.
This drive has been everything they wanted coming out of half. Coach Rule has to be happy with the way things are flowing here early in the 3rd quarter. This offensive line continues to move, folks. The rushing game here for both teams, really unexpected. Now, granted, I probably didn't do enough research, but these offensive lines have been making real plays for these running backs.
Hurd in the slot to the left, throwing to the right, Brewer. That's caught. And out of bounds is Pooh Strickland. This is more of a Texas Tech tempo here for the Bears.
Great hands there by Strickland. All hands catch, AJ. That's what you're looking for.
You don't want a body catch, you're telling me?
I don't know. That's just what people smarter than me have always said.
On the option, handoff to Lovett. Bounces off one, inside the 5, down to the 1-yard line. John Bonney on the tackle for Texas Tech. And Lovett almost came up with his first touchdown of the day, his 5th of the season. Brewer on the keep, pushing forward. He's in. Touchdown, Baylor.
Those QB sneaks, he keeps his legs driving. We saw it in the first half. Now we see it for the early 3rd quarter touchdown for him. I like the grit of Charlie Brewer.
6th rushing touchdown of the season for Charlie Brewer. We told you earlier he liked to use his legs.
There was no question on that. He looked at the sideline, Pat. If you saw, he knew the ball was on the 1-yard line. Charlie Brewer is looking over, yelling at Matt Rule, like, let's go, get me to the line. And there was no doubt who was going to keep that ball. They trust that Brewer will keep those legs going. He'll find a way to roll into the end zone.
That's a dream drive to start the 3rd quarter, right, AJ?
Absolutely. I mean, that's what you draw up throughout the week on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, your big practice days. That's how you script them. You want to come out of half just like that.
The ruling on the field of a touchdown is under further review.
What are we doing? AJ.
We're double checking that. I mean,
they want to get it right. That's what they tell us.
It's right.
They just want to get it right. But
I can respect that.
Let's see. We will see if there's even a question here. There's got to be some kind of question for the fact that they're going to review it. But
seems to be like there's a scrum there.
Here's one look for us.
You got all that meat in there. You're not going to be able to really see where the exact ball is. It's going to be tough to overturn.
Especially, yeah, whatever was called is most likely going to be kept when you don't have irrefutable evidence.
What was that?
I fumbled through that one.
Glad you handled that one.
I love the QB sneak because it's the entire team for one goal here. Everybody has one mission, that's move 1 yard, half a yard, mano a mano times 11, obviously. It's going to be tough to overturn.
That's Brad Van Vark, the referee. On the review, here's one more look. This is from the back of the end zone. And somewhere in there is Charlie Brewer.
He's on top of players. You can see him at the bottom right of your screen. He was on top of his offensive lineman, driving his legs, and that's what it looked like, kept his knee off the ground.
It's just like, will they have irrefutable evidence?
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
They didn't have it, Pat.
No irrefutable.
0.
Connor Martin for the extra point. This young man tore his ACL last season. All he's done is come back and put together the career record for field goal percentage.
Could you tear your ACL and kick, Pat? How tough would that be?
No, I dislocated my kneecap once, but any rehab from a torn ACL is terrible. It's tough. Very proud of this kid getting back and hitting the ball well.
Martin knocks it through after the high snap. What an opening drive in the second half for the Baylor Bears. Charlie Brewer goes up top to extend the drive into the red zone. And then, of course, he's able to finish on the after review touchdown push forward for the lead.
Seahawks, Panthers, or Giants, Eagles. Touchdown. Tomorrow on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Dave & Buster's. Eat, drink, play, and watch sports. Rocking and rolling here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Pat McAfee and A.J. Hawk. I'm Sean Kelly. After low-scoring games for both of these teams last week, no problem today. Baylor's back on top after a 7-play, 75-yard drive. Texas Tech like 149 time of possession. And Brewer punched it in on a 3-yard run.
I would like to say it's also game day for the bands, and they've been having a fantastic performance today.
Which one will still be working next month? Sedgwick on the kickoff, and Bowman from his own goal line. Nice shake of one man to get across the 20, but he'll be shy of that 25-yard line where a touchback would have set him up. That'll bring McLane Carter back onto the field after the 22-yard kick return. And just so you can feel this a little bit more.
Good emphasis there, Sean.
Sound effects are key, usually.
McLane Carter, this guy, first series throws a dime, goes out, gets retaped, and has done nothing but battle through here.
First and 10. Well, I think that a flag will fly on this.
Maybe.
I got this one. James Lynch. Started every game this season. Sophomore from Round Rock, just outside of Austin, Texas.
Look at that helmet, Sean. Look at all the marks in the front.
That guy does some banging with that helmet right there.
Either that or he
Ball
dropped
start.
it off the parking lot.
Offense,
I used to do that so I look tougher.
5-yard penalty, first down.
False start Red Raiders. Steal. Let's take a look here. Up top. Yep, there it is. Not much. I hope you were paying attention.
It's so hard to be an offensive lineman. You got people trying to rip your head off, and you just got to stand completely still. That's tough stuff. Sets Texas Tech behind the 8 ball here, first and 15.
The lefty Carter up top. Looking for Wesley, and good coverage on the play by Kedrick Vaughns. Step for step with Antoine Wesley, the junior out of Las Vegas.
I mean, he's been bracketed all day. Wesley really has.
It makes sense, though.
And why wouldn't you? He only has 2 catches today. You have to lead to him. You have to put a safety over the top to help your corner out. And what it does, though, is it frees up Vasher on the other side, who should start to make some catches here in the second half.
You ain't going to single cover a guy named Tweezy. Just a little inside information from my football knowledge.
Well, now Wesley's ridden out of bounds, and Cliff Kingsbury was arguing wanting a flag on that. Remember, Wesley came into today the leading receiver in the Big 12 Conference. Third today, excuse me.
Vasher's got to do something. They need to target Vasher at some point. They can't double both guys all game. So he's going to get some one-on-ones. Can he create the separation where McLane Carter will feel comfortable throwing his way?
Third down. almost had it picked off. The intended receiver was high.
See Toddy.
Harrison Hand almost had the pick six. Carter with a little limp again, and you could tell on that throw, guys, he doesn't have a firm base underneath him. Harrison Hand right through his hands, pardon the...
That's potential 6, too. That's pick 6 all over it right there. That's a huge moment there for the Baylor defense. Granted, forcing a punt, which I absolutely love, but, man, you got to take advantage of those situations, especially in a high-scoring game.
Panazzolo. There's that Australian-looking
That's
kick.
going to get a good roll. Oh, no, it just stops.
Checks up. Strickland never had a chance at it. And so Jalen Hurd and the Baylor Bears looking for their second scoring drive of the half when we come back.
To get to MLS Cup, you gotta take it all the way up. Don't miss the 2018 MLS Cup playoffs tomorrow on FS1.
Shop at BettersonHonda.com. It's easy.
Hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles, all at your fingertips.
Need our best price? Click here.
Want to make an offer? Just tap right here.
Even to get pre-approved.
Just follow the instructions under this Finance tab.
So just log on to BettersonHonda.com.
Or swing by 8700 Northwest Expressway.
Get it?
A Western Equipment exclusive. Lease a John Deere 1025R compact utility tractor with loader and mower for only $109 a month. Or get the larger 5045E with loader for just $234 a month. You won't find this offer at any other John Deere dealership, and you can also get up to $2,000 above market value when you trade a Kubota or comparable tractor. So take advantage of this Western Equipment exclusive by visiting west-equip.com or calling one of our 6 Oklahoma locations to serve you.
Welcome back to AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The Baylor Bears leading 21-17. All eyes on McLane Carter. This has been an interesting watch today. That ankle has been giving him problems. This is the last throw that Harrison Hand almost took back the other direction for 6. And AJ and Pat, you can see here, he just doesn't have that firm base to throw from. And the ball sailed a little bit on him as a result.
Throwing one-legged a little bit, off balance.
Yeah, 2 for his last 8 now through the air. Meanwhile, Brewer and the Bears with the lead. And off to Lovett on first down. Howard and Washington on the stop for Texas Tech.
I don't know if you could hear that, Sean, or it got picked up on the mic, but a couple fans down here for Baylor just said, "Make it ugly, make it ugly."
They want that.
How would you interpret that?
Make it ugly means let's make this a grind and pound football game. Let's keep the Texas Tech offense off the field. And it's what they've been doing, really. It's been their motto this game.
Here's Lovett again. He's going to be close to the marker.
Got it.
Johnson on the stop. There's been some gaping holes for Lovett to work through.
It's offensive line. Big 12 offensive lines don't get enough credit because they're just slinging the rock all over the place. But these holes are gigantic.
That was big Pat Lawrence there pulling around on that one to the left side. That's the thing. They like to run to the right behind the big seniors, Blake Blackmar and Patrick Lawrence. But when they want to run to the left, what do? You just pull those guys over to the left, and hey, you got your premier O-lineman on both sides of the field.
And off to Lovett again.
Blackmar, the vocal leader of the offense, I was told by the coaches.
Well, you guys have talked about the rushing game here and how important it is for Baylor. That's the formula for success for them all season long. Look at the numbers in wins versus losses as to what they're producing on the ground.
It's a tail of tape. You control the ball on the ground, you control the clock, you control everything.
Mims with a catch on second down. That's another first down for the Baylor Bears. Denzel Mims has been averaging 63.4 yards per game receiving. Gets 8 more here.
Everything's right at the sticks for them right now. It's awesome to watch.
102 yards rushing. Still a long way to go, though. Lovett going to try to add to that total here. And a flag late at the end of the play as Lovett falls at the 41-yard line of the Red Raiders.
Personal foul, hands to the face, defense number 6. That 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. first down.
All right, look for Rico Jeffers here right at the end of the play, coming in from the top of your screen.
How hard is it to keep your hands on the chest?
No, right here, number 6. Look right there.
Oh, there you go.
Right up in the face mask.
That's a better look.
How hard is that, AJ, to keep your hands there without them slipping up?
It's very difficult. You need to strike them right in the chest, and a lot of times those linemen are sweaty, Pat. You hit their chest, bam, slides right up into the chin.
Big sweaty O lineman making plays.
Brewer will keep. And tumbles forward. There's another flag on the play.
Brewer is not scared to put his body on the line, by the way. He showed that last week, and then there we are again.
Brewers handled a lot of things this year, including some quarterback competition.
Holding offense, number 15. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
That's Denzel Mims. And Brewer might be in another quarterback competition this spring. They're really high on Gary Bohannon, who could push Brewer. And this is all a good situation for a head coach like Matt Rule.
Yeah, it really is the true freshman from Arkansas coming in. He has a package that they will use him. They'll put him in a game here and there.
On first down, Brewer. Mims on the catch. Dropped it. And makes it okay inside the 5. Denzel Mims. There's an indication on the far sideline. And you have to wonder now, did Mims get back in and reestablish himself before?
And a fumble forward out of bounds. The ball will be brought back to the spot of the fumble.
There you go.
First down.
There you go. You know, when a wide receiver gets a holding call on a run play, at least you know that they're blocking, right? That's a big deal. He's trying to get. Here he is. He gets a holding call last play. Now he comes back. Did he make a football move? Not sure. Seems like Charlie wants to really get him up to the line and keep it moving.
That's plenty. He definitely had enough. He had 3 or 4 steps with control of the ball.
Here we go. We're back to the review.
And Pat, these offenses in the Big 12 and all around the country right now, they run so many bubble screens, things here and there, these now routes. You have to block as a receiver if you want to be in college football right now.
All right, while this play is under review, we get a couple of looks ourselves.
Goes up there and gets it, by the way. Love everything about that.
He was definitely not bobbling that ball ever. Aggressive through the catch, Pat. That's what the coaches tell you at a young age.
I've never caught a ball, so I couldn't tell you.
Underhand, with your hands under, you catching those long snaps.
Yeah.
It's a good job by Fields, though, here to stay with the play and try and rip this ball out.
You see, he almost has the tip there. He's reaching in. That's what they work on every day, probably at the beginning of practice. A lot of people will do a little circuit on turnovers.
If the call stands, 27 yards on the gain. And Denzel Mims has established himself as the favorite target today so far for Charlie Brewer.
For good reason. Heck of a football player. He went up there and got that in traffic. I mean, that's what you got to do if you're going to be the guy. Everybody here is looking up at the Jumbotron. The size of the stadium, basically, seeing if it was a catch or not. The ref intensity is next level.
And the ref is looking at a 4-inch screen.
Yes,
so
makes a lot of sense.
This doesn't seem to really add up. He's watching an iPhone 2, and all of us are watching a screen that is the size of Dallas. Tell him just to take a peek over his right shoulder, Pat.
Cuzzy, you're missing it. It's up there.
Our spotter, Kyle Nunez, was trying to hook up his PlayStation to that video board earlier today.
After review, the ruling on the field stands as called.
Here we go. A lot of that today.
Sean, a little trivia. The Jonas Brothers actually did that. Played Halo or something on this screen.
Jonas Brothers can do whatever they want, I think.
They're from Dallas, aren't they?
No idea. That's kind of embarrassing.
Somewhere in Texas.
I hope you'll forgive me for my lack of Jonas Brothers knowledge.
But you know who they are, though.
I do. I'm familiar.
Joe Bros.
Joe Bros?
Joe Bros.
In the red zone.
Huge play there for Mims.
Baylor's 2 for 2 down close. Hand off to Lovett. Spins off of one and then stopped, held up, and pushed back after reaching the 3-yard line. Jordan Brooks with the leverage, gain of 5 on the carry by Lovett.
Let's see if Charlie Brewer keeps the ball. If they have a designed QB run last week against TCU, the Superman leap touchdown highlight reel package for Brewer.
John Elway-esque.
Lovett on the handoff. Bust through. Touchdown, Baylor. 3 yards on the score, and the lead extended for the gentleman from Waco, Texas.
As the tide turned a little bit here in Baylor's favor, it sure feels like it coming out of half.
They've scored on each of their touches here in the third quarter. John Lovett leading the way on this drive.
They made it ugly there, AJ.
They kept it ugly that whole drive, Pat.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Matt Rule wants. That fan knows he has his finger on the pulse of this Baylor team.
Yes, he does. By the way, I don't think Martin tore his ACL. I think it was Gallitz. Somebody tweeted me. The holder.
Martin's perfect for again. So Denzel Mims came up with a big chunk play of this drive on a perfect ball thrown by Brewer. And then, of course, Lovett inside the 5, punches it in for the Bears. FS1 College Football is sponsored by Farmers Insurance. Find an agent at farmers.com. Beautiful day here in North Texas. And a beautiful scoring drive by the Baylor Bears. Grab momentum here in the third. John Lovett capped a 9-play, 67-yard drive, 2 minutes, 39 seconds on the time of the drive. So Baylor now up 28-17. And there's some real quiet black and red clad Texas Tech fans here at AT&T Stadium. Bowman bringing it out. He's got one man to beat. He's around the kicker. Ebner, the running back's trying to chase him down, and he does. What a massive return.
The reason why you bring things out, and I knocked it earlier because the 25-yard start, is any kickoff can go. That's why it's such an exciting play. Kicker could have made a play there. He got joked, obviously. Well, what a return by Bowman.
62 yards. Through traffic.
Followed his blockers right to the promised land. Kicker had no shot, gave a little dive ski there, gets tackled on the 40. 36, I guess. 8. Nailed it.
What is the proper spelling of drive ski, by the way?
Well, I believe it ends there with a ski and it starts with drive.
Noted. Lopsided here in the third. From 0, Texas Tech churns forward positive yards on this carry by DeLeon Ward.
A big special teams play can ignite the whole team. Can ignite the entire fan base, can ignite everything.
6 on that carry to bring up 2nd and 4. Carter to throw, does so. Outside, first down, Texas Tech. Dante Thompson, the tight end, on the catch. And look, AJ, when you're talking about the Red Raiders, no lead is safe.
No, it's definitely not, Sean.
Injury timeout.
Vasher.
TJ Vasher, seldom targeted today. Strangely enough, actually wants to try and stay in, but obviously he is not a full go. He'll have to come off for at least one play. And there you have it, 2 receptions on the day. Here's what happened.
Getting a block right there at the end of the play, doing a great job of, he gets rolled up on, almost leg whipped in the back of his leg. Right there. Oh, ankle goes in. He swings that leg out, trying to protect himself. Let's see if he can find a way to get back into this game.
Miller Royals replaces him in the wide receiver core for the Red Raiders. Handoff, Ward inside the 20-yard line. And some extracurriculars and a flag after the end of the play.
It's getting ugly.
I may have an issue with this flag right here, Sean. Terrence Steele, they're going to throw this flag on him for
Terrence Steele. I talked to the strength and conditioning coach.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 78 of the offense, 15-yard penalty, be 2nd down.
Great call there by the ref. Terrence Steele can bench 460 pounds.
Let's see on the top of the screen. Watch him use some of that strength. He's blocking, he's blocking. We can't hear when the whistle is. He throws the defender down, goes back after him. But look, you would have to hear the whistle when it was blown. He didn't go and take a cheap shot. He was just trying to finish his block, as the Baylor Bears want to do. That is their motto, finish.
A linebacker defending an offensive lineman. I love this. Off the pump fake, handoff. Ward for a first down. No, excuse me. That's short. I looked at the
more.
wrong stick. I got so excited on the pump fake.
They get a big chunk of it back, though.
Hold on, though. A personal foul is a huge drive staller. I mean, that call right there for that little petty thing there is
That's
huge.
why I think it's a questionable call right there by the official.
Well, they get 12 more, or 12 back on that carry there. But now, a big third down. Need 10.
Down 11.
Carter throws it behind Ward, incomplete. Fourth down upcoming. And a field goal opportunity here for Clayton Hatfield. Try and get something out of this drive. That penalty was a killer. Oh,
huge penalty. And also right before that thing went off there at third down there, they motioned over the safety. Tweezy's been getting doubled the entire game. They're going to have to look for somebody else. Obviously, they have been all game. Hopefully, Kid can knock it through here.
39-yard attempt.
13 straight for him. Will he make it 14? 51st field goal for the Texas Tech Red Raiders, making a record. Middle of the field.
He's going to be wide right. No good. The streak ends for Clayton Hatfield.
Is that the jinx thing? That's what people talk about. Like, that's probably on me. This is probably my fault.
Yeah, most likely.
I feel terrible about it. When you see that fast rotation, usually you hit it thin, so that's why it kind of drifts to the right. He hit it a little bit low. He knew it immediately.
But think about that, Pat. The field position that they had set up on to come away with 0 points.
Huge.
Not even a field goal is gigantic. That's an absolute victory for the Baylor Bears defense right there. Not only keeping them out of the end zone, but not even
94.1% efficiency on field goals for him.
You definitely jinxed them.
It's probably my fault. Kid's still talented. You're going to miss a kick every once in a while. Adam Vinatieri, greatest of all time, misses every once in a while. He needs to get back on the saddle now and make some kicks for him.
8 of 7 for John Lovett on first down.
All things pointing towards Baylor right now, Sean.
Tech needs to get in the end zone, Pat, before this one gets away from them. But first, their defense has to find a way to make a stand.
Does Baylor slow it down a little bit now that they lead by 11?
A little bit. I think they're going to continue. It depends. A big explosive play, you'll see them run to the line and try to get some tempo. If not, they're going to take their time and control the game.
High and tight.
A big hit in the backfield on that one. And this is going to be just short. No, let's see the spot here. Here's that hit I was referring to on the quarterback. Head-on collision with Coleman. Move the change, though. First down, Bears.
Trying to carry out his fake, and he gets hit. I mean, Brewer already takes so much damage every single game. This guy is tough as nails, but some of those are right on the line, whether the referee will throw that flag or not.
On first down, Lovett trying to bounce it outside. Nothing there. Note the single-digit number on the back of John Lovett. This is new under their head coach, Matt Rule. They've determined that the 9 single-digit numbers will go to the 9 toughest players on their team as voted by their teammates. So if you see a player like Lovett wearing a single-digit number, that means his teammates think that he's one of the tough guys on the team.
That type of respect in the locker room goes a long way, by the way. It's all you're really looking for. That's why I was number 1.
The Colts had that same thing?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
But you get it.
Option on the pitch to Lovett. Cracked down by Brooks.
Jordan Brooks has been this option guy all day long. He's done a pretty good job. Now you say, well, what do you mean? They gave up a 6-7 yard gain. It's still a heck of a job to slow play the quarterback and still have the speed to get out and tackle the ball carrier before he gets a first down.
Got his hands on his hips. That's a lot of full throttle effort there, chasing down.
Starting to stop it. He's slow play on the quarterback, and then he has to burst to try to get the ball carrier down on the sidelines.
3rd and 4 for the Bears. And Brewer's calling everyone in tight. Brewer wants to throw. Pressure coming. Chase to the far side. And he will not get the first down.
Big for the Texas Tech D. Coach Gibbs got to be excited about that.
You thought for a second here Brewer was going to pull this one off. He actually runs into his own tight end, Tyler Henderson, here on the sidelines. Nice collision. Matt Rule finds a way to stay up, playing off the cut block, going back to his Penn State days.
Give some credit to Rico Jeffers, who made that push up the middle that chased Brewer out of the pocket. And so Texas Tech will get this back. Most likely with good field position. We'll see what Drew Galitz will do with it. He hammers this one. Beauty. Sending Bowman back inside his own 10. He can turn it up. There's a big block. And just shy of midfield. Big return. After the 54-yard punt, that's a 40-yard return for Bowman. So that'll take us to a break. Red Raiders still pumping at it here in Arlington.
Northwestern collides with Illinois in a rivalry clash for the Land of Lincoln Trophy. Big Ten football, presented by Jaguar. Today at 3:30 Eastern on BTN and the Fox Sports app.
U.S. Cellular is starting Black Friday a week early. Right now, you can switch and get the latest phones for free.
What's everyone thankful for?
Dogs, bunnies, rainbows, eat! And with shopping out of the way, you can slow down and enjoy Thanksgiving. Or you could rush through it, like them.
It's door-busting time!
Don't ruin your holiday. Get the latest phones for free. Want to watch some football? U.S. Cellular's Black Friday starts early, where you can switch and get the latest phones for free.
The lobby of the new Osage Casino Hotel, where it all begins. But it really takes off here on the impressive casino floor. However, it gets really cozy here in your spectacular accommodations. Still, there are games to play, cards to conquer, food to eat, and craft beer to consume. Though some relaxation is in the cards as well, so drift off. Dreaming of all the excitement you're gonna have when you wake up. I'm here. Where are you?
Tulsa's downtown casino, Osage Casino Hotel.
The punt that led us into the commercial break there had an electric return from Bowman. Everything happens for a reason. If you watch this punt, everybody's releasing to the left. The snapper, the guard, the tackle, everybody's going left. That ball's supposed to go left. Instead, it's a bomb down the middle, almost right center, leaving nobody there. Bowman takes advantage. That's his 7th return of over 40 yards for a reason. Had a big kickoff return earlier. That type of field position can crush you in the end. Galitz hit a big ball, but not in the right spot. Can really set up your team for failure there.
First down, Red Raiders. Carter throws it off the arm. It looks like a Ward. Falls incomplete.
Pat, but going back to that punt,
yeah, not great for the break.
It looked like Baylor let everybody release into the left inside. They need to feel that and fight back into that wall. Of course, where they let you come, you got to get back on top of them and get into the wall.
There's a lot of leverage working on every single return. That wall was definitely set up for that, and he just so happened to hit the perfect punt for the Texas Tech Raiders return.
This time Ward on the handoff. First down, Red Raiders is inside the 40-yard line of the Bears. Blake Johnston on the tackle after a gain of 12 for DeLeon Ward.
DeLeon Ward showing some patience and some vision there.
I think number 1 might be down for the Baylor team. He's been flying around making a lot of plays.
Yeah, that's the safety for Kedrick Vaughns. That's a senior hoping to extend into the bowl season. There's Phil Snow, by the way. He's the longtime defensive coordinator of college football, now 63 years old, 42 years in coaching. He came with Matt Rule from Temple to Baylor. And let me take you guys back to 2001. He's the defensive coordinator at UCLA. And a young guy named Matt Rule is just pestering the daylights out of him to take him on as a graduate assistant. Phil Snow had a relationship with the late Joe Paterno, called about Paterno's former player. Joe said, take him. And now, as he told us yesterday, instead of Matt getting coffee for me back in 2001, now I get coffee for him.
Coach Snow was an electric individual. Wants to retire in Arizona and play golf. That's what he wants to do one day.
Thursday Night Football returns next week with 2 of the biggest teams in the league as Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott, and the Cowboys host Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, and the Saints right here at AT&T Stadium. Big Thursday Night Football game kicks at 7:30 Eastern on Fox, NFL Network, and streaming on Prime Video. You're up for that one.
Cowboys hot.
Be a big week here in this building. Thursday, Saints, Cowboys, and then the Big 12 Championship, Oklahoma and Texas. On first down, not much. Gain of a yard here.
How do we feel about Ezekiel Elliott donating $21 after a touchdown the other day?
I'd like to see him put 2 more zeros behind that and really have a nice donation.
Oh, okay.
I just,
2100, you say. I like what he did. Thought it was clever.
It was better than dumping his quarterback into that kettle, which has now been moved from behind the goalpost, obviously. Field looks a little different than it did on Thursday night. More on that in a moment. 2nd and 9 upcoming here for the Raiders. Off play action. Carter in a tight window finds Wesley.
Be huge for them to get Tweezy going here. No matter how late we are in the game, Tweezy is somebody that can break open the game.
They just can't get any one-on-one coverage with him, Pat. That's the thing. Wesley's had safety help over the top. Whatever corner has been on him, it's been Derek Thomas the majority of the game today. He's had a safety sitting over top pretty much every play.
Kingsbury changing the play from the sideline. On 3rd down, Carter throws, got Vasher for his 3rd catch today. 1st down, Texas Tech.
Everybody says Vasher doesn't know how good he can be, right, AJ? They say he doesn't know how great he can be. Getting him involved, getting his confidence going is huge. It's what you got to do for the freak athletes who are superstar potential.
Watch him come back to this ball right there. McLane Carter has to be very happy with Vasher that he came back for that. And he didn't allow the DB to step in front of him and take it.
By the way, after getting leg whipped, he's back in the game making plays.
Carter falling down, may have gotten away with one there. In missing Wesley and, of course, a defender. Incomplete, P.J. Thompson.
Think about it, Pat. If you're T.J. Vasher and you've watched what your quarterback, McLane Carter, has done today, the first drive of the game, he is limping off the field. Looks like he's not going to be able to return for the day. How can you sit out when you know you've been leg whipped? That has to give you some kind of inspiration.
And here he is taking another shot, laying it all on the line for the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
Well, they don't have Jet Duffy, who left the game last week with injury. Alan Bowman not yet ready to return. Good for a ball if they get one. Complete to High. All about the 21-yard line here on the catch for Jadion High. He started the scoring today.
That was a good tackle, bro. One Baylor guy just said
I love when the mics pick up the players' interactions on the field.
Me too. Unlike Tiger and Phil, those kids had a little bit of energy.
6 yards on the reception. Are they still playing, by the way? I'm just curious.
Chances are they still are, and it's still a dud.
3rd down. Here's Ward. Nice wrap up. Great tackle by Jordan Williams. 3 yards on the carry.
Bowl eligibility on the line.
Yeah, decision time here, Jets.
Down 11, 4th and a half a yard. This is a message Cliff is sending to his team right now.
Brings in Dante Thompson.
This is where having Jet Duffy would be very useful. A two-way, true dual-threat quarterback right now with McLane Carter and how he has been limping around the field. It's quarterback run probably is not a real threat.
Duffy watching as the handoff goes to Felton. He's inside the 21, and that's what he needed. 1st down, Red Raiders. Drive stays alive with 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Hockey line changes on both sides.
So many coaches giving signals too. Two of them may be giving dummy signals. One of them may be live. They switch it up. It's a fun cat and mouse game they have.
10th play of the drive.
Sometimes they triple check and double check.
In the middle for High.
Can't do that.
Tackled immediately at the 10.5-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. Johnson.
I can't say enough about McLane Carter sitting in there and making plays for this Texas Tech team. He was in agonizing pain in the 1st quarter, still in there for his team.
I think early on in this 2nd half, too, he came out. He had to get going. Think about it. He was sitting in the locker room for 20 minutes trying to stay loose. That thing will tighten back up on you.
Check the play, and now Carter drops back in the shotgun. Ward's off his right hip. 2nd down. Hand it off to Ward. Big hole, and then stopped at the 2nd level. Brings up 3rd down after gain of 2. Ward's a dynamic screen guy. They haven't used him a whole lot in that role today. They've really run him between the tackles.
I just have this feeling they're going for it no matter what. 2-down territory here, 4-down territory here. Need to get in the end zone, AJ. And for Baylor, keep him out. Huge win here.
Fake it to High, hand it off to Felton. Getting to the right and inside the 5-yard line. And now 1st and goal for the Red Raiders. Down 11, Harrison Hand stopped it from being a touchdown run for DeMarcus Felton. They bring in some girth with Giovanni Pincotti.
Good work.
6'6", 310.
I like the way you said that there, Sean.
Tried to once a game at least. Spinning and then crushed is Felton. Blake Lynch read it perfectly, A.J. Hawk. That'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Long walk to the other end of the field. But the Red Raiders 2nd and goal when we come back. Down by 11. Baylor trying to close it out. One quarter left here in Arlington, and a second half dominated right now by the Baylor Bears. But the Texas Tech Red Raiders on the doorstep trying to climb back in, down 11. And the 4th quarter and a lead are two things that have married quite nicely for Matt Rule. More on that in a moment as we set up Cliff Kingsbury and the Red Raiders' upcoming 2nd and goal play. So Matt Rule has won 30 straight games when leading or tied entering the 4th quarter. You got to go all the way back to 2013 when they coughed up a lead at a former job against UConn.
It's because they keep it ugly.
Carter for the end zone. Touchdown, Texas Tech. Seth Collins.
There's a tortilla flying in the air. That's a Texas Tech tradition. Multiple tortillas flying around the stadium right now. Big touchdown for the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
2nd receiving touchdown of the year for Seth Collins out of San Diego, California.
Hey, Sean, you have to trust a guy like Seth Collins when you're McLane Carter. Seth Collins, he's their Wildcat quarterback when they need him. He played a quarterback his freshman year at Oregon State, so you have to feel pretty confident that he can read coverages on the run, especially in the red zone like that.
This is a big kick, albeit an extra point for Hatfield.
Right down central. 4-point game with still 14:54 to go here at Arlington. Bowman's big punt return gave him great field position. He went 42 on this one. And then the Red Raiders scored a Collins to climb back into this one.
The Resident Fall Finale, Monday on Fox.
So now that this is a ball game again in the 4th quarter, 4 points separating these two. A win today means this. Well, a lot for both sides, but maybe more so for Cliff Kingsbury and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. The athletic director in Lovett, Kirby Hokut, has been critical of the football program. Some are saying that Kingsbury is coaching today to remain at Texas Tech. A bowl would help. They were in the same situation last year. Meanwhile, Baylor trying to go from 1-11 to a bowl game. John Lovett deep to receive. Hatfield off the tee. And this will sail through the back of the end zone. Meanwhile, in Columbus, special teams a factor. Let's check in with Sam Farber for a game break.
They certainly are. Ohio State hosting Michigan on Fox. How about the day for Buckeyes true freshman Chris Olave? Scored his first 2 career touchdowns in the first half. Now a punt block caught and returned by Jalen Harris. 33 yards to pay dirt. 34-19. Ohio State leading in the 3rd quarter as they go crazy in Columbus. Back to Sean, AJ, and Pat.
Thanks, Sam. The game, they call it. And now it has college football playoff implications.
Punt
as
blocks
Michigan's
aren't
in trouble. Yeah.
Punt blocks aren't good, Sean.
Coming from you, I put a gold star next to that statement. Outside to Platt. Keeps it inbounds. First down and more, and he just gets ankle Hatfield tackled at the 36. He slaps the football. Chris Platt was on his way. Look at Sean Allen.
Look at this young team answering. Fourth quarter, Texas Tech applying some pressure, and the young Baylor squad answers immediately with a big play down the right sideline of Platt.
37 yards there. Brewer working quickly. Takes the snap. Handoff for Ebner. Works his way through a crease inside the 35-yard line. 4. On that carry, Joseph Wallace makes the stop for Tech.
This is exactly what Baylor wants to do offensively. You can get a couple explosive plays, then you slow it down, you control the game, create as much tempo as you want, burn some clock, and try to get some points on the board.
AJ, their entire offseason was finish. Here it is with the bowl on the line.
Second down. Off play action. Brewer throws. There's Hurd. Makes the catch. They'll move the chains again. Adrian Fry back into the game. Makes the stop. Fry left earlier with an injury.
That's a classic RPO there, Pat. Brewer sees that Adrian Fry is playing, giving a bit of a cushion to Jalen Hurd on the outside. He also had outside leverage, opening up the slant right here. Brewer sees that, recognizes it, pulls it, and you see the separation that Hurd has there.
Dart by Charlie as well.
Hurd has at least 3 receptions now in every game this season. Now the tight end Tyler Henderson on the reception. Keshawn Allen. Another tackle on this drive.
It's got to be so hard for the defense to know what the hell's going on. I mean, this is football now, but there's no way the defense had any clue. And when you got a talent like Jalen Hurd who can get open, there's another mental mistake, though. Another one.
This one comes on second and short.
Ball start. Offense, number 87. 5-yard penalty, second down.
That's Christoph Henley. They get a lot of tight ends apparently out of Innsbruck, Austria. 6'6" freshman with a mental error, as you mentioned there.
Let's throw another shrimp on the Barbie.
It's a heck of a trip for Matt Rule to go all the way over there and pick him up.
No stone unturned for Coach Rule. No stone unturned when you're turning a program around. Did it in Temple. Can he get Baylor to a bowl?
6 false starts on the Bears. Brewer to the end zone. Mims. Touchdown, Baylor. 16 yards, another strike for Charlie Brewer today. And emotions are riding high now here in the final quarter.
What an answer by Baylor. Right down the field. Charlie Brewer with his arms. People getting open. Mims finishes off with a nice touchdown.
Set up on that play fake, too. Wow, what a great fake in the backfield for Brewer.
Desmond Smith, the corner who was on Mims. It's the thing, if you're behind him and you're in the red zone, it doesn't matter. He's going to box you out with his body, and any ball within the vicinity is going to be a touchdown.
You didn't think we were going to get another one off without a flag, right?
A lot can happen on these, Sean. A lot's going on down there.
What's the hardest thing for a PAT unit?
Ball start. Offense, number 57. 5-yard penalty will play the try.
The offensive line is in a terrible position during any field goal, PAT, anything like that. They're just sitting there holding on for 1.5 to 2 seconds while the defense is just trying to blow them off.
It used to be a lot harder, though. Now they changed rules where you can't run the center over. You can't put 2 guys over them.
This Baylor team does live field goal extra point every single Tuesday. These guys should be used to it, but sometimes you get a little antsy when somebody's about to blow you up.
Here's Martin. No problem. Baylor 35, Texas Tech 24. And it comes on 2 big plays. Of course, this to Chris Platt, who stayed in bounds. And then they set up Denzel Mims.
Seahawks, Panthers, or Giants, Eagles. Touchdown. Tomorrow on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Welcome back to Arlington, Texas. Here's the latest drive by the Bears. Now up to 35 points. Oddity here on this drive. 75-yard drive. But because of a penalty, Charlie Brewer throws for 76 yards. Alan Thrifley, our statistician in the booth today. Noting that.
Those are good stats, Alan.
Douglas Coleman, Daquan Bowman. Coleman and Bowman deep to receive for the Red Raiders.
Oh, little pooch. Keep it out of Bowman's hand. Probably smart.
Coleman trying to turn it back inside the hashes. Nothing there. Does get a little bit of a return out to the 25. 10 yards on the return there. Fox Sports and Wendy's brings you CFB Now, hosted by Jenny Taft, bringing you, the fan, the best of college football throughout the season. Check it out today after the Michigan-Ohio State game on Twitter at the handle CFB on Fox. By the way, Ohio State now trying to run the Wolverines out of the building. 41-19 Buckeyes in Columbus.
It's going to feel good, huh, AJ? Legend at Ohio State.
Well, you know what? They call it the game. It's amazing what that could do for the Ohio State season. Think about it. If they can find a way to win this game, they're up 41-19. It looks like it's in hand. It can really change the whole narrative on how people view this Ohio State team.
Let's not jump to any conclusions, but up 22 in the fourth quarter?
Never know, Pat.
That's why college football is the greatest.
I'm with you.
This is Lonzo Gilmore being attended to after the kickoff. And they are checking that left knee. So there has us paused here at 12:36 left in the fourth.
So with that short kick, Sean,
yeah,
to keep it out of Bowman's hand, they did a little short kick, kind of disrupt the rhythm of the return. Also, the blockers have to be offset, off balance.
You have to short set, too,
yeah,
don't
you have to short set, which could potentially put you in an interesting situation, what could happen to his knee here. Happy he's okay.
Nice applause for Gilmore being helped off the field. Let's go back to the studio. Let's get a game break again from Sam Farber. Sam.
All right, guys, next up on FS1, it's the battle for the oldest rivalry trophy in all of college football. The Territorial Cup goes the winner of Arizona and Arizona State. These two rivals were getting heated hours before kickoff. Chris Vosters and Petros Papadakis will have the call. That's coming up next on FS1.
All right, Sam, thank you. I'm going right to television in this booth. Spacious here to catch that one. Herm Edwards and the Sun Devils this season. I had my doubts.
Yeah, it's a heck of a story. People trying to write Herm off before the season, saying he's out of touch. He's been out of coaching, especially the college game, for a long time. He's relatable to kids. It's all that matters, Sean. He knows how to go into living rooms and grab some kids. So we'll see when he brings his own recruiting classes in there what happens.
Carter back to work. This is Felton going nowhere. Yard and a half, maybe. Blake Lynch on the stop. Bravion Roy also up front.
D coordinator for Baylor, fun fact, wants to be the broadcaster for ASU whenever he retires, whenever that is.
Enjoyed his time in Phoenix. That's where he wants to retire. Felton again on the carry. And it's Miller and Roy again. There's Mr. Roy. Red Raiders would like to be bowl eligible in back-to-back years. I think some body parts got mashed on that.
Yeah, they say what, every collision's like a car crash?
Helmet off and everything on that one.
3-on-1 there, you're taking some damage.
No airbags.
I don't know, some of these new helmets, they may have airbags built in soon.
Were they like that when you played, AJ?
No.
Can't even tell.
Third and short. Felton running behind his blockers. First down, Texas Tech. The clock is going to become a factor at some point here, guys. I know that Tech runs tempo here, but the lead is double digits for Baylor.
Have to get on the board here. Have to score points. They know it. Everybody in this building knows it.
All day for Carter. Finds Vasher. And they drop him just at the 42-yard line.
Right there, a little thing. Vasher could have turned outside and tried to get out of bounds there. Stop the clock. I know there's 11:15 left in this game. There's still plenty of time, but you want to save your timeouts. If you can get as many first downs as you can to stop the clock for a little bit and get out of bounds when it's available, Tech will want to do that, being down 2 possessions.
On the ground again to Felton. And he is lassoed and dropped. Loss on the play of 2 yards. How about Clay Johnston on the stop there for Baylor?
They're behind schedule now, Sean. Now they have to come up big on this third down. They do not want to give the rock back to Baylor, whose offense seems to be red hot right now. Playing for a lot right now, AJ.
Third down for the Red Raiders. Carter slings it to Vasher, and he gets all kinds of twisted up there. He's able to get up. That didn't look good, but it's a first down for Texas Tech. Raleigh Tejada on the stop for Baylor.
Hey, Vasher's starting to feel it a little bit. He came up after his last catch talking. Now he's with the exaggerated first down. This is what you like whenever you have a guy with superstar ability. Start vibing a little bit.
And now high into Bears territory. Stop there. I know you commented on it earlier, Pat, about the courage of McLane Carter and what he's done today. I can't imagine what he feels, if he feels anything at this moment in that lower leg.
I mean, fourth quarter, bowl on the line.
Flag on the play.
Probably doesn't feel much right now, but tomorrow's going to be a rough one for McLane Carter.
Tejada may get called for a hold.
Holding, defense number 13, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Vasher's really starting to chirp, AJ.
You know Vasher's got to be feeling pretty good. Hey, Tejada, I don't blame him. You get beat over the top by Vasher, and you're looking at it, giving up a touchdown, I'll grab a hold as well.
A smart penalty, you're saying.
Tejada's just giving up so much size to Vasher. 5'10" versus 6'6".
I think everybody's giving up a lot of side to Vasher.
Second down, ball tipped and dropped. Got tipped. Vasher still had a chance at it, unable to come up with it. Jordan Williams gets the tip here, I think. Check. Number 38. Yes, sir. Left hand. Vasher went to the ball.
Things are getting chippy with Vasher and the entire left side of the Baylor defense right now. A lot of verbal jousting happened after the play.
Flag on the play.
Ball start, offense number 73, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Dawson Deaton. By the way, we talked about Raleigh Tejada. His brother, Ranthony, is a cornerback at TCU. So just down the road from us, Horned Frogs on Big Fox later on tonight.
This Baylor defense has done a good job thus far, kind of corralling Vasher and Tweezy.
Timeout, Texas Tech.
Timeout.
So we'll take a break with them here with 9:43 to go in the fourth quarter.
Can you explain what internet is?
Netscape has 90% of the browser market.
Pixelon is internet broadcasting.
You need to join theGlobe.com.
A Western Equipment exclusive. Lease a John Deere 1025R compact utility tractor with loader and mower for only $109 a month. Or get the larger 5045E with loader for just $234 a month. You won't find this offer at any other John Deere dealership, and you can also get up to $2,000 above market value when you trade a Kubota or comparable tractor. So take advantage of this Western Equipment exclusive by visiting west-equip.com or calling one of our 6 Oklahoma locations to serve you.
The Nissan year-end event is on at Bob Moore Nissan, and we're giving you huge deals on select Nissan models. Get $11,000 off MSRP on the 2018 Nissan Titan, or drive the 2018 Nissan Rogue S starting at $20,973. Plus, 0% APR financing is available on select models. The Nissan year-end event at Bob Moore Nissan will not last, so don't wait. Hurry into Bob Moore Nissan today at I-35 at Tecumseh, Norman. Respectfully, Bob Moore.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Dave & Buster's. Eat, drink, play, and watch sports. McLane Carter is one of our great stories today. This is a story of toughness, battling a high ankle sprain all season, re-injured it here early, and then playing basically on one leg today. Has made a variety of throws, including this one here in the back of the end zone to Collins. And talk about leadership. He's in there first to congratulate his wide receiver. 19 of 33, 213 yards, just his second start of the season. He started the season finale in the regular season last year at Texas. Called again to be that guy today. And he's going big ball for Vasher, who reaches over the defensive back. It's caught. Tejada's going to have the interception on the caught ball. Vasher wrapped his arms around him, but that matchup's been fun to watch here on this whole drive. And Raleigh Tejada has the last say here for the Bears.
Going back to your smart penalty earlier, that's almost a tutter there. Instead, it's just a holding. Now he makes up for it with a big turnover in the fourth quarter.
Tejada right here. He's in front of Vasher right there. So that's the only place you can't throw that ball if you're McLane Carter. You got to throw that high and outside towards the sideline so only your big 6'6" receiver can go up and grab that.
He knew it too. He's only got one leg. Big play for Tejada.
Second interception of the season for Tejada.
This Baylor offense has been hot, Sean.
Platt on the screen. Playing with confidence, Pat. I really do believe that, and it's grown all game, and maybe especially in the third quarter when they jumped out and scored 14 in that period.
Pat, remember what yesterday Phil Snow told us? Control the controllables. But he talked about when the hat is on your head, how do you respond? Tejada just did that for the Baylor defense.
That's Rico Jeffers, by the way.
He's made a lot of plays today.
Yes, he has. Cliff Kingsbury can only hope to get the ball back with some time left.
Shoulder stinger, looks like.
And there's no hurry to these Bears right now. I don't blame them. Up 35-24.
You would think they're going to be pretty conservative here. If they do put the ball in the air, it's going to be short passes, maybe a little bubble screen, some high percentage passes. And ultimately, like we said, they want to run the ball in the fourth quarter.
Second down. That's Lovett again. Gets that big push. AJ, you talked about the right side of their offensive line. Blackmar, Lawrence. Blackmar started 35 straight coming into today. Lawrence, 36 straight.
I mean, just look at those guys. They have to feel so confident when they're running to the right side. And like we said, when they want to run to the left, guess what they do? They pull both of those big men and get them on the edge.
Another first down for the Bears as everyone looks to the sideline for the play call. Hurd, one of two receivers at the bottom of your screen. Still on the ground. Lovett again. And runs into a wall of Red Raider defenders.
Now, although I've thrown a pass in this building, Charlie should be trying to kill the clock as much as possible here. Let the play clock run down. You're in a good spot right now in the fourth quarter with bowl eligibility on the line. Tick, tick, tick for Charlie Brewer.
Dakota Allen and Preston Gordon made the stop for the Red Raiders. Allen, another guy playing through injury today. Middle linebacker for the Red Raiders. One of their captains.
A club on his left hand.
Yep. Second down. And to the screen again for Platt. Cuts back inside. First down, Baylor. Desmond Smith makes the tackle for Texas Tech. Little help from your friends.
Receivers blocking on the edge right there as Platt turns back to run back towards the defense pursuing him. That had to be scary for a minute for the Baylor Bears and their sideline. That's when you get those turnovers, when you have big D linemen running from inside out.
Charlie Brewer over 300 yards for the 6th time now. And Platt's over 100 yards receiving. He has 6 catches.
He had that quiet confidence last night when he had that jug of water with him in our meeting. Charlie Brewer knew he was going to do something special today, I think.
Ankle tackle by Johnson on Lovett there. Brewer walked in fresh off the bus. They bussed yesterday from Waco and stayed in Fort Worth last night. And what a decision by Matt Rule here in what is a huge game for them. Bowl eligibility on the line. He says, guys, just get away. Go see your families for Thanksgiving. Make sure you're back at the time prescribed, and then we'll go to work and get up to Arlington to play.
The players appreciate that, too. That's something that the players appreciate. He didn't have to do that. I'm not sure every coach has done that, but Matt Rule has earned the appreciation of his players with that. You can tell they're trying to show out for him.
Lovett bouncing to the outside. That could be another first down.
Tick, 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 tick.
No doubt. It was Deshaun Johnson on the stop for Texas Tech. There's an injured Red Raider at the end of the play. Preston Gordon, the nose tackle out of McKinney. They will attend to him. Yeah, it's interesting. Matt Rule described himself as the most non-fun football coach in America, which I think is a bit of an exaggeration, but he told this team last week after a tense, tight first half, they've been on the brink of bowl eligibility for a couple weeks. He told them, hey guys, second half, let's just have fun. And then he follows that up with, as we mentioned, the Thanksgiving break, a movie, as you pointed out earlier, AJ. They all went as a team to see Creed 2 last night. Matt Rule takes his cue from Tom Coughlin. And that means that one-on-one relationship with his players. Rule now trying to turn around the Baylor program after coming out of Penn State as the linebacker, playing under Joe Paterno.
Athlete.
Goes to Temple, takes a bad football team in Philadelphia. Not only gets them bowl eligible, then back-to-back 10-win seasons. And then heads to Waco to inherit a 1-11 football team and then turn them around after having that relationship building work and work and work to now be on the brink of perhaps being bowl eligible.
He said he loves one-on-one time. He learned that from Coughlin with his players. He said he likes going one-on-one with them, kind of learn about them so they can trust him. You can tell that he's really creating a culture at Baylor that's going to set him up for success for the long haul.
We asked him yesterday in our meeting with him about some of the keys to turning a program around. He said, we as a staff cannot spend enough time with our players. So much so that I'll get Popeye's chicken sent in, and we as a team will watch Monday Night Football together. Something, anything to just spend time together. Little plug for Popeyes there. I just had to be accurate. Lovett on the carry. And this is a punch you in the mouth, grind it out, we're leading you fourth quarter type drive for the Bears.
I mean, this is what Matt Rule dreams about when he lays his head on the pillow at night. Doing this, running the clock out in a game, being physical, making it ugly, as we said earlier. And I think it's good for players, too, as you said. He'll order $400 worth of Popeyes and bring all the players in to watch Monday Night Football with the coaches. A lot of times it's good to see your coaches not in their element. You're so used to seeing them as the guy in the front of the room, telling you what to do, telling you what not to do. When you get to see them kind of let their guard down a little bit, it can only help bring a team closer.
Make them a human.
Exactly, Platt. Don't you think that, Pat? Sometimes you would look at your coaches, and it's hard to relate because they seem like robots that do everything perfectly and only tell me what I do wrong.
By the way, 10 yards at a time here, these first downs that are coming, just eating up the clock here. This is a program-changing drive here, possibly. If this sends them into the bowl game, they eat this clock out off of the big boys of the offensive line. This is something that they can build off of forever.
Well, they're approaching their normal time of possession, about 32 minutes a game, and that Red Raider defense right now looks gassed.
They have to be. How would you not? Trying to defend all of what they throw at you, and now they're just absolutely lining up, and they are pounding the ball on you.
Ebner comes in at running back to give Lovett a break. Ebner for a couple. Lovett gets a break after recording his career-high 26th rushing attempt, up over 120 yards rushing now. Joseph Wallace, Broderick Washington make the tackle.
Seems to be something special brewing in Baylor. I honestly believe that with them after sitting down with them last night. Seems like there's something special. Can they finish, though, here? Up 11, 3 minutes left. You have the chance to really kill the rest of the game out, basically, if you keep driving. Can they finish? An entire offseason of preaching, finish, finish, finish. Now's the time.
10th play of the drive. Ebner breaks one tackle, then is welcomed into the arms of Jordan Brooks, the linebacker, who's been all over the field today.
Texas Tech takes their second time out of the half.
The Red Raiders will stop the clock here at 3:38 in the fourth quarter. Baylor's on their way. Texas Tech season down to the last minutes.
It's a big game triple header on Fox. It starts with Louisville taking on Seton Hall. Then third-ranked Gonzaga clash with Creighton. And number 6 Nevada makes a run against USC. A top-ranked Saturday tripleheader next Saturday on Fox. Or watch anywhere on the Fox Sports app.
Well, we've talked about bowl eligibility going to the winner today. How about the trophy in this annual game in its 10th season in Arlington? That's the trophy awarded to the winner of the Texas Farm Bureau Insurance Shootout. Back to the campus locations the next 2 years. It's a handsome trophy. And Charlie Brewer and the Bears are in play for that.
That is a good-looking trophy, I'm going to be honest. Not all trophies good, I'm going to be honest.
Movement up front.
Again.
Coming out of a timeout. That is not good.
Third down, too.
Ball start. Offense, number 87. 5-yard penalty, third down.
Still a lot of time left if Texas Tech gets the ball back here with Tweezy and Vasher potentially getting hot. There's a lot of time left to make plays here in college football.
That's 7 full starts. 4 belong to the freshman tight end Henley. Not to single a guy out, but
learning curves. It's a guy from Austria?
That's the guy from Austria, Innsbruck. 10th play of the drive. Excuse me. 11th play of the drive now. Brewer back to throw. Going big. Looking for Mims in double coverage. Incomplete.
Almost brought that in one-handed. Great coverage by the Texas Tech.
Deshaun Johnson, the safety, coming over top to break that one up.
And so that'll bring up 4th down.
Injury timeout.
Desmond Smith is in the hip pocket, but you watch Deshaun Johnson comes over and makes sure that Mims can't haul that thing in one-handed and make a spectacular catch that would ultimately probably
seal the game.
Put the dagger in this game.
Now Mims is down after the play and being helped up and favoring a leg as he makes the short hop to the Baylor bench.
Third down.
Pat, if you're coaching Texas Tech,
yes, sir,
do you come after this punt?
I think you might as well. Running into is a 5-yard penalty. It's 4th and 11. You put a little pressure on him, maybe get a miss hit from the kid. Or you've had a lot of success in the return game. Maybe set up another return. Galet's hit a big ball to the wrong side of the field last time. This is a huge moment here in this game.
And Bowman's a big threat as a return man. Got it away.
Fair catch.
And Bowman will set his team up there. All right, so while we change the field here, let's head back to Sam Farber. Another game break on tap. Sam?
Sean, over on Fox, number 4, Ohio State responding to a Michigan touchdown with a 78-yard run by Paris Campbell. It'll go into the end zone to make it 48-25. The Buckeyes point total the most in this rivalry game since 1968. If the Buckeyes hang on, next stop is the Big Ten title game next week versus Northwestern, also on Fox.
All right, Sam, thank you very much. I'm so looking forward to championship weekend. Be some good ones. Big 12 is going to be great. Big 10 championship, just to name a couple. Of course, we already know who's in the SEC championship. 30-yard punt there. Texas Tech down 11 with just 3:24 to play.
2-score game, AJ.
Carter with all kinds of time, dumps it off, and over the middle to Vasher. Gets down quickly after a first down for the Red Raiders. Clay Johnston on the stop for the Bears. 15 yards of that catch, and they're right back to the line of scrimmage.
A lot of time to do a lot of stuff here, Sean. 3 minutes if you keep getting chunks like that.
Carter with his legs slides. He wasn't going to get far playing on one wheel.
Let's see if the Baylor defense continues to play this. They're dropping 8, only rushing 3 defenders. Let's see if they mix it up and try to come after McLane Carter and get him uncomfortable. They know he's obviously a lot less mobile than he normally is when he's healthy.
Does it keep everybody in front of you right now, AJ?
Yep.
Trouble. And almost a horse collar, but still a sack for B.J. Thompson, the defensive end. And Tech will use a timeout after a loss of 8.
Sean, if you're Texas Tech right there and they're only rushing 3,
can't happen.
You cannot give up a sack.
Texas
no matter
Tech
how long.
takes their 3rd and final timeout of the game. It'll be 60 seconds in length.
No matter how long a quarterback holds the ball, if it's a 3-man rush, just do the math. You should be able to block him up.
3rd and a lob wedge here. Bowl game on the line.
So Cliff Kingsbury huddling up his team here, and he is out of timeouts. Meanwhile, the heat being turned up earlier this week, and most importantly, it came from the athletic director, Kirby Hocutt. 11 on the field. You're only going to be as successful as each individual executes their responsibility. This is, as the quote is finished by just saying there's a lack of focus and discipline, and this is in response to those who would say that Kingsbury can lean on injuries this year as far as not being able to have the season, especially in the second half of the year, for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. 4 straight losses coming into today, on deck here for 5 straight, and a 5-7 season.
Starting out 5-2, there was so much hope around this Texas Tech program. Obviously, you lose Alan Bowman, your stud young quarterback who stepped in and played very well, but as Hoke had said, there's a lot of different other issues, and a lot of time that falls on the head coach.
3rd and forever. Carter. He's got Wesley, and he's got a first down. What a play.
A lot of time left, and after reading between the lines of those quotes there could be a lot more on the line for this Texas Tech team than just a bowl game here.
19 yards in the reception for Antoine Wesley. Trying to throw again. That's intercepted at the 45-yard line. Blake Lynch will bring it out of bounds, and with 2:19 to go, the Bears up 11. Might just put the hammer down on the Red Raiders.
I know a lot of people at home are hoping he would take that to the house there. One more touchdown would be good for a lot of people. What a great play on the ball here, though. Bowl game ceiling. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance shootout bowl game ceiling.
Some miscommunication there between Seth Collins and McLane Carter. Collins broke inside. McLane Carter thought he was going to break outside. And that's what happens, interception.
This young team,
look at this guy having fun.
This young team, this is something that they need going forward. You look at the other side of the field there, Texas Tech, the complete opposite situation, obviously.
Lovett having a career day inside the 40. Interceptions on back-to-back drives. Here in the 4th, trying to come back. McLane Carter, he emptied the tank for his team today. And maybe had to force a couple that he didn't want to.
I think McLane Carter should be proud of everything he's done today. Granted, late pick, not great. Miscommunication with the wideout, but McLane Carter showed a lot to a lot of people today with his ability to fight through a really, really agonizing injury. You can tell it's not good. Cliff can't feel great.
Baylor's going to tie this all-time series at 38-1.
Tortillas flying, by the way. That's Texas Tech's thing.
Timeout, Baylor. They're first of the half. It'll be 30 seconds in length.
They throw tortillas.
Not many flying right now, though, Pat.
Oh, they're angry tortillas.
Charlie Brewer, as a sophomore, playing bigger than that. Airing it out and using all kinds of weapons. Double-digit receivers today. And Charlie Brewer is going to be quarterbacking a bowl-eligible Baylor Bear team here shortly.
A dangerous Baylor Bears team. When they put it together, they can put up a ton of points.
They're in a lot of games. Even in their losses, they're in a lot of games.
And the jump that Charlie Brewer has made from year 1 to year 2 as the starter, he does the little things right. Eyes down the field, takes care of the ball for the most part. He's much more consistent, I would say, this year than he was his first year in this offense.
Jordan Brooks makes the tackle. No gain there for Lovett. Now a late flag.
Jalen Hurd mixing it up a little bit. I'm all about a good chirp. This game's over.
It's easy games to get chippy at the end.
Keep it ugly all the way to the finish.
It's true.
And
for these Texas Tech though players, think about it, Pat. They're realizing right now our season's over.
After the play was over,
we're done.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 31, be a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
All of that work in the offseason, 6 a.m. lifts, all the conditioning, all the practice, it's over right here. To a young Baylor team who gets to extend their season, get another month of training in for their young team. Victory formation. Go ahead and close it out here, Charlie.
Their favorite play. I know he says he loves the long ball. That's going to be his second favorite play right there.
So every coach will tell you, best play in football.
I'd like to thank you guys for your hospitality today.
Pat, nice job.
Average, I think.
Thank you, Patrick.
AJ, great working with you as well.
You too, Sean. Thank you very much.
These guys gave us an enjoyable game, that's for sure.
These players gave us a beautiful game,
Yes.
fun game to watch inside AT&T Stadium here, man.
Victor Gonzalez, our director today. I want to thank Jesse West, but rather our producer. Mark Samter in the truck. Bill Amin. Great crew here for us.
1-11 last year. 1-11 last year. Congrats to the Baylor Bears.
Fittingly, a victory bath as well for Matt Rule. Grabs that game ball. It's a double bucket there at the end for the Bears.
Kept it cool there, too. See that? Didn't even budge there on that second one.
14 points in the third quarter. That provided the separation. We had a 3-point game at halftime. Baylor now 6-6. Thanks for watching FS1 College Football. The final again, 35-24. Arizona State next.